What's up, y'all, and welcome to the stream. This is Lemmy, by the way, and I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. How is everyone doing today? This is not the right scene. This is the right one. Okay, so how's everyone doing tonight? I hope you're all doing well. I'm doing okay. Oh boy, I haven't been this backed away from my desk before, I think, so we can see like the little logo of the like mic stand, whatever. I usually back away whenever I play with a controller because I don't need to be like this, like screwed up on my desk. So yeah. But anyway, that's a new thing. Let's try that. Let's try that on the whenever we play with the controller. Is the mic okay? Am I too far from it? Is it good? How's the sound? And how's everybody doing? Tonight we are playing Final Fantasy XIV, even though there is a patch that got dropped in WoW, and the reason why is because it's mostly a patch for Hearthstone's 10th anniversary. I'm not the biggest fan of Hearthstone. I did play it for a while, but it's really not my cup of tea. I'm not the biggest card game fan, but it is still worth it to, if you don't play with Hearthstone, it's still worth it to just download it, use your WoW account or your Blizzard account to log in once, and you're going to get a mount in WoW. So that's pretty cool. So that's one thing you can do if you even if you don't play Hearthstone. Just download it. It's super small. It's not really big. Log in with your Blizzard account, and you're gonna get a mount in WoW. So that's nice. And you can also play Hearthstone in WoW if you like playing Hearthstone. And there you can get like transmogs. I think you can get like a cowboy hat, and you can also get like a mount, which is like a Hearthstone button. Like you just like kind of fly on the Hearthstone button. Why is my camera going ape shit? Is it just me, or is it on my side? Is it my end, or is my camera just like flashing from time to time? What the hell? Anyway, so yeah, so that's pretty much it. There's not a lot of stuff. It's like, I think it's the new Mythic season starting also, and people are pissed because they changed the difficulty, and I'm not about that life, so I don't really care. So yeah, so not playing WoW, not doing that patch tonight. Anyway, I said that we would play Final Fantasy for the rest of the week anyway. Tomorrow night we're playing Dincum, probably on stream. Dincum is like an Animal Crossing clone without the animals, and without having to kick people out of your island because they're annoying. So I'm not there yet anyway. I don't know if you can actually have like citizens on your island. I don't know. I'm a total noob, but I'm gonna play that with my friend Mistyville Gaming. So that's gonna be tomorrow night. And yeah, but tonight we are playing 14, and we are gonna go to the dungeons. We are very, very close to the first dungeon, and in 14, whenever you get to your first dungeon, you do like 3 in a row. So that's 3 dungeon quests. So that's probably gonna be our night tonight, until like getting to the dungeons, and then running the dungeons is probably gonna be the whole evening, because the dungeon takes about maybe 30 minutes to run, and we have to get there. There's a couple of cutscenes in between, so I'm guessing that the 3 dungeons will probably be our whole evening tonight. So yeah, all right, so let's jump in. Let me just do something here. This and that. All right, there you go. Here we are, and I finally adjusted my UI. I realized why it was this puffy. Mainly because I was zoomed for a bigger TV. Because when I didn't play on the setup I have now, I was playing like on a 52-inch TV. So I had to blow everything up because I couldn't see shit. But now I'm on smaller screens, so I had to reduce everything, and I didn't understand why I couldn't have like the little squares here that were like small. I usually put my crafting and gathering classes in here, and like all of my classes, whenever I want to change, I just like click on it. So I didn't understand why I couldn't get that, and why everything was overlapping. I was just an idiot. So it is what it is. I hadn't adjusted the game in a while, so that's why I was kind of having issues with that. But yeah, so we are in the quicksand, and if you can see, I have a pretty nice drip on. I have a pretty nice outfit on. This is the well, you goddamn it, the brand new armor that you get from the Hall of Novice. Whenever you complete the Hall of Novice, you get this whole armor set in a ring. I didn't put the ring on because I don't want the experience to just freaking skyrocket for nothing. So and the person in the back is a dragoon. Look at this armor, it's so freaking cool. Like, it's probably the coolest armor in the game. Anyway, so yeah, so I have this cool armor. It's all matching, it's all nice, I love it. It's the best armor you can get at low level. Usually I get this armor, I can do the 3 dungeons with that, and the drops I get from the dungeons are lower than this, and they are dungeon drops. So yeah, so pretty much only the weapons are gonna be useful if they drop from the dungeon. I don't even know if you can get like a complete paladin set from the dungeons. I know they finally made it so if you get like a sword, you get the shield with it, so you don't have to farm for both. That's a new thing they added in Endwalker, which is amazing. You don't have to whenever the sword drops, you don't have to be like, oh my god, I need to come back and farm for the shield. Nah, they drop together now, which makes sense. Paladin's weapons is a sword and shield, so they have to drop both. It's like if you had like a ninja drop and they would drop like 1 dagger at a time. That would make no sense. Like, the daggers are set, so Paladin should have gotten that from the beginning. But anyway, so hopefully that's active in the lower levels dungeons too. I don't know. I know they are in Endwalker and Shadowbringers, but I don't know if they are like retroactive that much. Anyway, so let's talk to Mumudi and continue on with the story. We are level 14 story. First dungeon is level 15 story, so we're very close. We're probably gonna go like do the quest leading up to the dungeon like right now. Ah, Kiliandra, it's been too long. Dadaran tells me you've been keeping busy in Horizon. I want you to know that I'm grateful for everything you've done for the people of Ul'dah. Even though you've seen the seedier side of our city, you've continued to help your fellow man. Believe me, the folks around here love you for it. What is it? You look like you've got something to say. So that's what this is all about. Fufulupa thinking Owen might have been in league with Baldwin. That this letter could be proof of something shady. Well, he didn't worry. Owen, as loyal as Sultan Sworn as I've ever known. I haven't the foggiest what this says, but... Wait a minute. Wasn't Owen the one who... Oh, hells! I've got a bad feeling about this. Listen, Kiliandra, I think I know what this is all about, but I need you to swear to keep it quiet. If you rather wash your hands of this business, I won't hold it against you, but if you're determined to see it through to the bitter end, say the word and I'll explain. Nah, I'm just gonna take a break. See ya. Can I count on your discretion, Kiliandra? If so, then listen closely. The outside world believes Ul'dah to be a sultanate ruled by Sultananamo Ul'Namo. Truth is, though, it's the 6 wealthiest citizens that hold the most sway, the syndicate. But be that as it may, the Sultana still got the support of the people. Can't read, that's good. But she might struggle to keep even that if a certain incident becomes public knowledge. It pains me to say it, but Her Grace's crown, the symbol of the royal dynasty, has been stolen. And Owen's the Sultan Sworn who was charged with guarding it that night. I'd bet anything this letter was written by the bastard who made off with the crown. It can't be a coincidence that a man who know to have been fraternizing with thieves had a letter for of all people, at this of all times. God damn, I can't read. Momodi is pissed. You need to take this to the man himself, Kaliandra. Tell him Momodi sent you and that it concerns a lost heirloom. If it looks as though the fellow needs help, I want you to lend it to him. The future of our fair city may depend on it. These people are so freaking like dead set on keeping their city like alive and blah blah. It's like, would you like risk your life for your own city? Like now? No. It's just funny how times have changed. Like nobody would even bat an eye today if something like that happened. Like no one would even care. Where is it? It's the Alchemist Guild. Alright. Sorry about that. Just needed to look at the map. Brodam muscles bang. Goddamn. Okay. Alchemist Guild. Alchemist Guild. Well, beside the Alchemist Guild. The Sultan's sworn place. The heart of the sworn lies beyond. State your business. Pardon? Did you say a lost heirloom? Proceed. Owen, you piece of shit. Well met, adventurer. What business brings you here this day? A letter? Very well. Let's see it. Have you read this, adventurer? I see, but you have some inkling as to its content, I think. Mistress Momodi has doubtless explained to you the significance of the crown and what its loss could mean for Her Grace the Sultana. This theft shames the Sultan Sworn and me most of all. The blame is mine, you see. I grew lax in my duty, and in a moment of carelessness. No, it will do no good to recount the tale now. Since the hour of the theft, we've searched frantically for any signs, any whispers as to the whereabouts of the crown. We have found nothing. The identity of the thieves and their motives seemed fated to remain a mystery until you arrived, bearing the ransom note. In it, the criminals state their price for the return of Her Grace's crown. And though it pains me to say it, I fear I have no choice but to acquiesce to their demands. Too much is at stake to do otherwise. The crown symbolizes Her Grace's birthright and identifies her as the custodian of the Uli legacy. It must be recovered. I was gonna say the UI legacy. I will travel to the unholy hair and pay them their ransom. Though I am not foolish enough to meet these men alone, as they stipulate, I dare not bring a host of my comrades lest the thieves take fright. Fran, would you consent to be present for the exchange? Mistress Momodi has always spoken of you in the most glowing terms, and I have never yet had reasons to question her judgment. On behalf of all of those still loyal to the Sultana, I beseech you, help us in our hour of need. Alright. Rendezvous with Owen at the unholy hair. Let's do this. It's funny how the world changes throughout the game, and what I like is that the world actually changes for you. Like in your phase of the world, everything you've done that has changed the world like for good appears in your world, so you see it. It's not just like in the instance or in the cutscene. You actually see it, and I love that. I think it's a nice touch. Oh, are we doing this quest? Alright. Okay. Yep. Alright. Let's do it. Let go. I've come as agreed. Now show me the crown. Aye, you'll have your precious crown once we've been duly compensated. Do you think me a fool? What assurance I have that you will honor your part of the agreement? Now, Owen, you're the least trustworthy man here. Not only was the crown stolen on your watch, but it looks to me as if you violated the terms of our exchange. Did we not say that you were to come alone? And given that you are not alone, what guarantees have we that there isn't a company of archers surrounding us even as we speak, ready to feather me and my men the moment they catch a glimpse of the crown? You have made mock of our trust. The deal is off. Wait, here's your payments as promised. Aye, this is the real thing. 1,000 thanks to you, boy. You've succeeded where scores of thieves have failed. And now, at long last, we have it, the power to create an army of undying soldiers. The traitor's spurn. No, it can't be. What have I done? Surely you must have wondered what it was that you were handing over. What it was that seemed as valuable to us as the crown seemed to you? Or did you assume we were feeling charitable? Ah, but you must feel terrible knowing that you've brought us the doom of Sildi. Worry not, boy. We'll grant you a quick death and spare you further ignominy. Alright. There's too many, Kinandra. Run while you still can. I will do my duty. It's your duty to serve the Sultana, lad, and you'll be doing it for a good while yet. It's Papa Sean! Sultan Sworn, put the thieves to the sword and secure the crown. Papa Sean! Sultan Sworn, ha! No matter, kill them all! Alright, let's go. This quest used to be hard, man. Like, when I did it the first time, I think I failed. These quests used to be so hard before. Now you get like a buff. If you look at in the corner of the screen, like on the left, the upper left, you see that there is like a dude with like a light in his hand, like an icon. That's like an extreme buff of health and damage. Like, pretty much can't lose. And if you lose, you can lower the difficulty, so you really, and I think that's a good thing though. For story stuff, like for things that are done solo, I think that's a good thing. Am I talking to kids? Alright, let's kick his ass. Everybody on the dude. Let's go. Is that a void scent? I was about to say something, but that was such a huge spoiler. I'm glad I like thought it first. There you go. Master Papashan, but why? How? The general saw you sneak into the vaults, Owen. He suspected something was afoot and ordered us to keep an eye on you. The Flame General, he ordered you to look after me? Master Papashan, more of them to the north. After them, Sultan Sworn. They have the crown. This lot sought only to delay us. Let us speak again back in the city. Well, hi there. The source of her strength becomes clear. You may have bested the golem, but you will not fare so well this day. O mournful voice of creation, send unto me a creature of the abyss, my thrall to command, that I may smite mine enemies. Yeah. Very. You're sending me patrol, goddammit. Your very being imperils the plan. You cannot be suffered to live. Alright, let's go, Batrol. Batrol wannabe. Alright, let's go. Come at me, lesser Gargoyle. What's up, Tancred? You're a bit late, but alright. Yo, what's up? Mr. Mage. Mr. Mage. I'm gonna kick you in the shin. So you will miss your spell. Nah, you can't get that aggro away from me, bro. You just can't. Kick you in the nuts. Oh, that's the wisdom of the Paragon. Should be brought low, but mere mortals. Paragons? This is indeed a disturbing revelation. We had long suspected the involvement of the bringer of chaos, Asians, to give them their true name. But we could not be sure they were responsible for the recent disturbances until now. As if the Sultanate needed any more enemies. We have Charlians crossed paths with Asians before. Well, we've certainly wait. I don't recall telling you about my homeland. Ah yes, that's right. You're one of the gifted. You know, this marks the third time I've found you in the midst of trouble. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you're a lodestone for it. Anyway, I'm glad I started following you around. Who knows what grand conspiracy you'll stumble upon next. I jest. Had I truly been watching your every move, I wouldn't have taken so long to intervene in your latest altercation. But all's well that ends well, huh? Our master friend is no more, and while I very much doubt we've seen the last of his kind, his demise will surely grant us at least some respite. And on that note, I must away. Until next time, Kaliandra. Bye, Tancred. Okay, we learn interject. That's the right place. I have some rings that I bought that I can put on. No, it's only the ring that is level, the earring that is level 20 that I can't wear right now. So we're gonna return back to Ul'dah. Duty, honor, and country is done. So it's Alchemist Guild, teleport, or Aetherite. Everyone is waiting for you, adventurer. Complete. Go. Does it surprise you to see me dressed so, Killiandra? I was once a Sultan Sworn, you know, though it's been 15 years since I put down my sword and took up the role of station master. It is capacity in which I am no less proud to serve, lest you doubt. Whenever Her Grace ventures outside the gates, I have the honor of protecting her person. Never before have I seen her so despondent as when news of the crown's theft reached her ears. But thanks to your valiant efforts, she has returned to her former vibrant self. You have the gratitude of every Sultan Sworn, Killiandra. Thank you.
Exalted vessel of Northal, guardian of Thanalan, 17th ascendant to the throne of Ul'dah, Her Royal Majesty Nanamo Ul'namo presides.
Long live Nanamo!
Long live
Glory
Nanamo!
to the
Glory
Sultana!
to the Sultana!
Forever may she
Forever
reign!
may
Here's the Sultana.
They regaled me with tales of a champion amongst champions, one whose tireless service to the crown merited the highest honor we might bestow. Never did it occur to me that it might be you. Bring it forth! Betokening our gratitude and esteem, I, Nanamo Ul'namo, Sultana of Ul'dah, confer upon you this gift. Raoban,
Your Grace.
see to it that our champion is my personal guest at the banquet.
As you command, Your Grace. If what they say is true, Ul'dah owes you a great debt. I am Raoban al-Din. With the consent of Her Grace, I oversee the affairs of the Sultanate. Brave souls are few and far between in these times. I count my blessings when I find one. Her Grace invites you to join her at the coming banquet. I trust I will see you there. An honor,
Huzzah!
indeed.
Come, hero!
Until then, for the sake of Her Grace and the glory of the Sultanate, may you walk in the light of the crystal.
Raoban was such a fucking badass. He won 1,000 fights as a gladiator in the Coliseum, which earned him a place on the Sultanate, and he bought the fucking Coliseum with the money he made from being like a champion in the Coliseum. That guy is such a badass, it's insane. Owen would like to speak with you regarding the Sultana's invitation. Wow, that's okay. By the 12, Killiandra, for an adventurer to receive a personal invitation from Her Grace is unprecedented. Seats at the banquets are offered only to the most distinguished individuals. You will be dining with some of the most influential people in Ul'dah. There are, of course, certain protocols that must be observed. but I am in no authority on them. Fear not, however. Mistress Momody has long been responsible for familiarizing foreign guests with our customs. Pray return to the quicksand and speak with her. She will tell you all you need to know. That's not pray return to the waking sand this time, it's pray return to the quicksand, but we'll hear pray return to the waking sand a lot. But yeah, like, Raoban is probably the most badass person in all of that game. Like, he's such a freaking wall, man. It's insane. I think it's the only gladiator that actually like won 1,000 matches in the Coliseum. That's insane. Like 1,000? God dang. Welcome back, Killiandra, and congratulations on your invitation to the big soiree. To be honest, I never imagined I'd be explaining those procedures to you. It's usually only foreign dignitaries who get to hear me prattle on about royal traditions. Any road, I know you're a busy woman, so I'll keep it short and sweet. In accordance with ancient customs, all guests to this banquet are required to wear a pair of ceremonial earrings made specially for the occasion. They're meant to symbolize... Actually, forget about that. This was meant to be the short version. Being of a design unique to the occasion, the earrings serve as a security measure. The Sultan's Sworn won't let you near the hall without them. Your set should be ready and waiting for you at the Goldsmith Guild. Mr. Serendipity is expecting you, so you'll want to head down there now. Once you've got them, bring them back here and we'll continue. Good, I needed to actually enroll in the Goldsmith Guild for accessories, because that's probably the only thing that's very annoying to get earlier on in the game. So might as well. And I logged on my main character, my main character in the game. Like I resubbed yesterday, and I realized that I've done my 3 gathering tools relic all the way through, and I was like, what the hell? I didn't even remember doing them, but I did all 3. That's insane. Thing I can help you with. Ah, Killiandra, your earrings are right here. I crafted them myself. I'll have you know, I think you'll be very pleased. In case Mistress Moody didn't warn you, the box is locked and I am not permitted to give you the key. It's a final safeguard, you see. Only designated individuals are authorized to distribute the earrings to guests. In this instance, the person in question is none other than Mistress Momody, so you will need to ask her to open the box on your behalf. Pardon the inconvenience, but the Sultan's Sworn takes her grace safety very seriously. Alright, thank you. I'm just gonna... I won't read that, it's like flavor text. God dang it. It's flavor text, I don't really need to read that. It's just like, okay, you're gonna do this, this, and that. Yes, please. Accept. I'm gonna go talk to Serendipity. There you go. Yes. Thank you. And I tested it on my other character, and from level 1 to 20, you are fully able to do everything in your crafting log without even leaving the guild. You can buy everything from the guild supplier that you need in order to be able to craft. Of course, you need guilds. If you don't have the guild, that's going to be a problem. But if you have the guild, you don't even have to leave. You can go up from level 1 to level 20 and even do your class quests here. Like, everything can be done up to level 20, which is insane. Of course, you're gonna need maybe about 10, I'd say about maybe 5 to 10k gil in order to do that, but it's not hard to get, like, at all. The minute you start doing dungeons. Picked up your earrings yet, Killiandra? Let me just... Oh, well, now look like the Grandmaster outdid herself with this pair. You'd best take good care of these earrings. If they fell into the wrong hands, gods only knows what might happen. Now then, I hope you're feeling sociable, Killiandra, because you're about to hop knob with Ulda's elite. Let me know when you're ready to head to the banquet. I'm gonna put the earrings on. Mumudi wants to see you off to the banquet. This is it, Killiandra, your big debut in Uldan's high society. The banquet is being held in the fragrant chamber. Head over to the royal promenade and Bartholomew will show you in. Oh, but be sure to put on your earrings first or he'll send you packing. Right. Well, I reckon that's everything. Try not to let all the pomp and ceremony get to you. Just be yourself and you'll be fine. That's pretty much the end of your city-state quest, if you will. When you get to that point in the story, it's pretty much the end of your intro, where all the quests pretty much start aligning together. Because of course quests are a bit different, whether you start in Limsa, Ul'dah, or Gridania. But that quest is more or less the same in every region. The only thing that changes is, well, the people that are there and the reason why you're there. Like here it's a crown, another reason is something else, and the thing you put on. Like here it's earrings, in Gridania it's a mask, in Limsa it's shoes. So yeah, that's the only but that's pretty much the end of your city-state questline. A banquet hosted by Her Grace the Sultana is due to begin shortly. Attendance is by invitation only. Please make your way for arriving guests. We are honored to receive you, milady. Please proceed inside. So we're gonna have a bit of a cutscene to watch here.
All hail the Sultana! Your Grace.
Raoban? By right of the Royal House of Ul, I, Nanamo, 17th of my line, have summoned you here. We are graced this day by the presence of a hero to Ul'dah and dear friend to the crown. Honored guests, I give you our champion! And with that, I bid you enjoy the feast.
Not to spoil your appetite, but Ul'dah is hardly so bountiful as this meal would have you believe. While we gorge ourselves, children starve in the streets. Nor can Her Grace do aught to help them. She is thwarted at every turn by those on the Syndicate who derive their wealth from the workers' poverty.
I wish I could have like his shoulder pad. It's so badass.
Beneath her mask of stately serenity, she is aghast at the plight of her subjects. But there will be no hope for the masses until the crown is restored to power. I am truly grateful for all you have done for Ul'dah, but there is so much more to do. That light, what is it? So bright, almost like by the 12. Tell me true, have you been troubled by strange dreams of late? Visions of the crystal? Mayhap you put them down to an excess of ether? Yes, you are like they were. Allow me to explain. Before you came to Eorzea, there were others like you who fought the Primals. Though they were not of this land, when the Garlean Empire threatened the realm, they helped bring together the 3 grand companies. And they stood with us at Cartano, that fateful day 5 years ago. The day we lost them. None who survived have forgotten the hero's sacrifice. Nor would any man deny they fought alongside us. But the names of these heroes come not to our lips. The once familiar pages of their story are now blank to us. And in our mind's eye, their faces are naught but silhouettes amid a blinding glare. It is for this reason that we have come to call them the Warriors of Light. When I look at you, I cannot help but think of them, and of what you might achieve. You must protect that crystal at all costs. It is a gift from Hydaelyn, Mother of All, and one she gave to you for a reason. Yours is no ordinary tale. If I am right, the fate of the realm may yet hang upon your deeds. Only heroes and martyrs are fit to bear such a burden. Let us pray you are the former.
That was one hell of a speech, Robin. Is Dalamud. It's the Battle of Cartano, which happened at the end of Final Fantasy XIV 1.0.
Flames to the fore! Victory belongs to the bold. Show those Imperial whore sons what we're made of!
The left flank buckles. Divert the barracudas. Bid them hold that position, though it cost them their lives.
The Yellow Serpents are in need of succor. Pray, send the White Wolves to their aid. The adventurers risk life and limb for our cause. We must not fail them.
Is Artemis?
No, it
That's
is nothing.
Canisena, and this is Melwip Lofismin. She's the leader of Gridania, and she's the leader of Limsa. So, pretty much,
The won't go down so easily. Eyes forward!
in Ul'dah, it's like Nanamo and Raban. In Gridania, it's Canisena, and in Limsa, it's Merlwyb that should like deal with
We are
during
being
all of that.
watched.
Yeah, we're actually watching some reminiscence from 1.0.
Raging Bull, calling Bloodthorn. Bloodthorn, respond! Respond, damn you! Ah!
Raging Bull, this is Mad Snake. Respond.
Ryder, this is Raging Bull. What news?
We're surrounded by a blaze. There is no way out. Gods preserve, what is that thing?
What's going on? Speak to me!
Gods damn it! We cannot hold much longer.
Mad Snake! Mad Snake! Answer me!
The voice actor from 2.0 have been replaced, all of them, for Heaven's
Damn it
Word
all
and
to
on,
the seventh hell!
and that's
What of
the
the
reason why.
barracudas? Can they not be reached?
Well, not all of them, some of them. I think she's still the one. She's still there. The one that live voices Merlwyb. but most of them has been
What
changed,
of our own?
and that's
I
pretty much
cannot
the reason
say, my
why.
lady.
Like
That
Raban was not
monstrosity
credible at all.
appears to be disrupting our communications.
We must keep trying. Call till they respond.
Yes, my lady.
Admiral, General, we can do no more. We must give the order to withdraw.
And if I remember correctly, Kane and her
I
brother,
will not forsake Louis Swan.
they are Gelmorans, so that's why they have like
General,
these little horns
please.
in their heads. I
Victory
don't remember
may
if it's
belong to the
Gelmoran or something
bold,
else, but they're not
there
like
will
human.
be no victor this day. You know this to be true. Let us not sacrifice lives in vain. The adventurers fight bravely, but to no avail. Let them withdraw, and let us be the ones to stand with Louis Soir.
God, these helmets are ugly.
Belay previous orders. All Maelstrom units are commanded to fall back, effective immediately. Give the foreign levy priority. Let the main host cover their retreat and bring up the rear.
Damn it! Relay the order. All flames are to withdraw. I don't care if our link cells are useless. You still have a working pair of legs, don't you? Well, use them, you bloody half-wit!
There's a gladiator in him.
The outcome of this battle was long since decided. Better to retreat now than risk a massacre. This dark, stifling presence. Who or what? We go to take our place beside Archon Louis Soir. To your positions.
That I should live to behold Bahamut once more. Magnificent, the eons of imprisonment have only made him hungrier. I'm aware of them. Pay them no mind. They are powerless to act. It has begun. Soon the planet will regain its true form. Ha 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 ha. There we go. How you feeling, Kiliandra? They have said you fainted in the middle of one of General's stories. I had to have you carried back to the hourglass. I reckon you made quite an impression on your fellow guests, though probably not the sort you intended. You sure you're getting enough rest, Kaliandra? The life of an adventurer can be pretty taxing. Any road, I'm glad to see you're back to normal. No offense, but looking after you was getting a bit tiresome. Oh, before I forget, the general left a message for you. Said that when you're feeling up to it, you should come and see him at the Hall of Flames. Probably wants to finish the story he was telling when you fell asleep. Alright. Is the name of that person is Space Jam DVD? Dude, people have weird names, man. Today I was matched with someone that was named Batman Arkham City. Like, why? Why? I've been waiting for you, Killiandra. I trust you are fully recovered. Good, because there is much work to be done. Work that I would have you do. Storyteller 2. Listen well, Killiandra. This will take some time to explain. Raban means to entrust you with a task of the utmost importance. I've prepared this letter for my counterparts in the Eorzean Alliance. "5 years ago, we looked on powerless as our brothers and sisters were taken from us at Cardinal, first by the Garleans and then by the thrice-damned Primal called forth by their treachery. Not a day goes by that I do not think of my fallen comrades, and of the warrior lights of whom no trace remained. The tragedies of the calamity are not so easily forgotten, nor should they be. In remembering all we've lost, we've reminded of what we still have. And so I mean to mark the 5th anniversary of the Battle of Cartano with a memorial service honoring the fallen. It is my hope that my counterparts in the Alliance will agree to do the same. And I would have you bear my words to them as my personal envoy. Why you? Because your deed marks you out as the nearest thing I have to a warrior of light. I can think of no more worthy of the role. The question is, will you accept it?" "Then it is agreed. You will journey to Gridania and Limsalominsa as my official representative. Now that's a great many miles to travel, but I've neither the time nor patience to wait around while you do it on foot. I hereby grant you permission to use the airship routes connecting the 3 city-states. This pass serve as proof of your privilege." Yay, we're leaving! Gone are the days when airship travel was available to all. The ever-present threat of Imperial attack has forced us to impose drastic restriction out of concern for public safety. These passes are only granted when circumstances demand it, as in this case. Though there were others who insisted you be granted one regardless. Aye, Killiandra, I'm not alone in seeing it. Your potential is plain, like a pizza. But I have said enough. In the name of the Sultana, I bid you go forth. See for yourself the wonders of the realm for which the Warrior of Light risked all. Rise to your calling and fulfill your promise. And should your path be barred by man or beast, strike fast and true, for victory belongs to the bold. Now go, Killiandra, and heed the crystal's guidance should you ever lose your way. Yo, we're leaving Ul'dah. Speak with Mamadai. Hey, Momadi, I'm leaving. Ah, back from your meeting with Robin, are you? What did the big man have to say? Is that a fact? Personal envoy of the Flame General himself? So you'd be bearing the great man's word to the leaders of the Alliance, will ya? And by airship, bugger me, that's an honor and a half, that is. But I can't think of anyone who deserves it more. I'm proud of you, Killiandra. I truly am. Now, I dare say Raban told you this, but not many people get to go on airships these days. In fact, most folks go to their graves having never once seen Eorzea from above. Poor buggers shuffle off to meet Tal, having never known the blues of Limsalominsa, Shimmer and Sea, or the myriad greens of leafy Gridania. But not you, Kaliandra. You'll see those sights and more, and everywhere you go you'll find fascinating folks with fascinating tales to tell. The people you meet, the places you go, savor these experiences, for they are priceless all. Saying that, it'd be remiss of me if I didn't remind you to be careful out there. Well, that ain't the only place beset by troubles, and you'll discover when you visit Limsa and Gridania. Truth be told, that might well be exactly what the General wants you to realize. I think he knows what kind of woman you are, Kaliandra. And what kind's that, you ask? Why, the kind that can't resist sticking her nose in other people's business, of course. And don't you ever go changing. Safe travels, Kaliandra. I'll see you when you get back. Bye. Bye, Momodi. So, here you have two choices. If you have all of the Aetherites, you can go to the Aetherite and directly teleport to the airship landing. But for that, you need to have attuned to every Aetherite in the city. Or you can come here and speak to this gentleman here and just go down to the airship landing right away if you have not everything else. Or if you think it's faster. Or if you want to go with the elevator or whatever. You can do both ways. Greetings, ma'am. This is the reservation counter for passenger traveling to Limsa Lominsa. If I'm not mistaken, you are the Flame General's envoy, Kaliandra Pureheart, yes? Highwind Skyways is at your service. Will you be flying with us today? Yes. Yes, I will. Whee! Airship, airship. I'll let the cutscene play once, so you see it. But then I'll skip it every time because it's always the same. But this is pretty much the cutscene from the airship. Attention all passengers, the airship bound for Limsa Lominsa is about to depart. Please make your way to the boarding gate. Changed it. Soken, you changed it. Bye, Ulda. We're leaving. Wow, this is like an extended cutscene. Usually it's not that long, but you see what I mean. We're leaving. At first they wanted to... When we first met beneath the Sultan tree, I sensed there was something unusual about her. I wonder if they will feel the same. Godspeed, Kaliandra. Godspeed. If I'm right, they'll be singing your praise from here to the far reach before long. Far reach. May you always walk in the light of the crystal. Castrum Occidents.
Been 15 years, but the bitter taste of defeat lingers still. 15 years since the Imperial fleet set course for Mordona, led by the Egrios, mightiest of all vessels. Silver Till lay ripe for the taking, and all of Eorzea would soon be ours.
That's the Battle of Silver Tier Skies.
So we believed. But an innumerable host of dragons met us that day, at the heart of which flew the great Midgard Zormer. Though we succeeded in slaying that lord among worlds, the Dread Serpent's defeat was bought at too high a price. Our invincible flagship is lost, and all hope of victory with her. So ended our
The fucking ceruleum that was in there that just completely obliterated Mardona.
Eorzea, a blighted realm, riddled with false gods. Twice now it has eluded the Empire's grasp. For all the destruction it wrought, even Meteor, the great sin, failed to yield us control over it. And for this failure, the realm has sunk deeper into depravity. It is twisted beyond all reckoning, rotten nigh to the core. Yet, it must be saved. Only Garlean rule can bring order to Eorzea. It falls to us to deliver the misguided masses from their ignorance.
We are of one mind, Lord Van Balthar.
It's funny that his like helmet horn have like earrings on them.
Senior engineers, please report to Magitech research following scheduled inspection.
Hey, is the Legatus really planning to take another tilt at Eorzea?
Hey? What hole have you been hiding in? We're in the midst of preparing for a new campaign, and a huge one at that.
But I thought the Emperor had given up the Western lands for lost after Carteneau. What could the Legatus possibly hope to gain by acting alone?
I sense you harbor certain doubts over the wisdom of the Legatus's plan.
My lord!
Please, call me Nero. Tell me,
Lord!
where were you born?
Othard, my lord.
Alamigo, my lord.
Wrong answer.
Ah, codename Hummingway, I presume.
I don't know what you...
Silence. Your denials will not change your fate. I assure you, Frumentarium sees all. Clean up this mess, and do not miss any, or I shall be most displeased.
At once, my lord.
Garland, soon you will be made to know the true power of Magitech.
Our edgelord boy Nero. That's Limsa Luminsa, the worst city in the game. I'm not a fan of Limsa. Not the city, not like the city. The design of the city is so freaking frustrating, man. This is Limsa Luminsa. Arrivals are here. Hello. Ah, you must be the envoy from Ulda. Welcome to Limsa Luminsa, madame. Admiral Bluffiswind awaits your arrival. Yes. You are the Olden Envoy. Welcome to Limsalominsa. The Admiral has been looking forward to your arrival. Please proceed to the Crow's Lift. At your earliest convenience, it will take you to Bulwark Hall. Once there, speak to Zanthael. He will be pleased to show you in to the Admiral Command Room on the bridge. Bulwark Hall. Yes. Greetings, madame, and welcome to our fair city. If you would permit me to examine the seal on the missive you carry. Yes, everything seems to be in order. My apologies. We cannot afford to be complacent, you understand? Please step this way.
Enter.
Alright, while this cutscene plays, I'll go refill my water. That way we won't have to take a break.
So the silver-tongued merchants send an adventurer to speak for them. It appears the Uldans place great faith in you. This way. I bid you welcome. I am Melve Bluefisvin, Admiral of Limso-Lominsa, and Commander of the Maelstrom. Now, what news from Thanalan?
She was not talking? I thought she was talking! Seriously, I thought she was talking! I really thought it was voiced. God dang it. Well, sorry about that. I really thought these cutscenes were voiced. Where did that leave us? For a while, our nation struggles to recover from the devastation. The beastmen call forth their damned primals to torment us anew. Unless we put aside our differences and rebuild now, our foes will catch us unprepared. And I speak not only of the beastmen. Do not imagine that the Empire has forsaken its claim on Eorzea. The Imperial's crown our borders waiting to strike. Damn it all, we need champions to replace those we lost. But such thoughts are worse than worthless. Time is short and none will save ourselves. It is the duty of every soul who survived the calamity to work together for the good of Beorzia. And this memorial service may be the very thing that unites us. Raban has the right of it. I accept his proposal. Your duty is done here, adventurer. I will see that that the Flame General receives my reply. You travel next to Gridania, yes? Pray give my regards to Elder Seedseer. Oh, and tell her the wolf has been sniffing around the stables. A private jest. And one in poor taste, but I would have you tell it at all the same. Fare you well, Kiliandra. May the navigator guide you on your journey. Alright, we're gonna go get the Aetherite at least so we can come back here when needed. The Aetherite is right here. The big Aetherite. We'll get the small ones later. Right. Now we go to Gridania. And see Mortimer. Airship landing, yes, thank you. But we'll be back, don't worry. Don't you worry. Greeting, madame. This is the counter for passengers traveling to Gridania. A pleasure to serve you again, madame. Are you ready to board the airship to Gridania? Yes. Yes, I do. She's still Mortimer. She's a blonde Mortimer aboard the airship. Okay, so we're gonna skip the cutscene. That's not. Right, so we are in Gridania. That was my first ever city-state when I started playing the game. My first character was a Lancer. Lancer started in Gridania. Gridania has a special place in my heart, and I'm always going to be a Gridanian at heart. But the classes in Gridania don't include a tank, so it is what it is. Maybe. Well, you must be the envoy from Ul'dah. Welcome to Gridania, madame. The Elder Seedseer awaits your arrival. Well, her actually her twin is a bit, and it's not shaming it's not shaming in any ways, but I think her twin is a bit bigger in size than her. So, and I'm not fat shaming or whatever. It's just the thought. Like, she's not. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that I think she's a bit bigger than Mortimer. That could have changed. I think I saw her like last time, like 3 years ago, I think. Yeah, Lancer, Archer, Conjurer, and that's it. Well, and you have Botanists and Leather Worker and Carpenter for the Crafting Gathering. But yeah, it's Lancer, Archer, and Conjurer. Well, Gunbreaker is way later, but yeah. And it's not even a guild, it's a dude. It's a dude. Why am I here? It's a dude on the side of the frickin' Aetherite. I think it's so bad, man. I didn't go at the right place at all. It's a bit like the dark. The tanks have been done dirty, man. Like Dark Knights don't even have a guild. It's a dude in the stairs, and the Gunbreakers. It's a dude like beside the Aetherite. We've been done dirty, man. Well, all of the classes don't have guilds after Heaven's Ward. Like, well, that's partly true, but they don't really have guilds. The Reaper have like a little room. The Samurai is in like the Gladiator Guild. Dancers don't have a guild. They're like on the bridge in Limsa. The Honor Guard, where the heck is he? You? Wait, what? Oh, did I miss someone? Oh, god dang it, really? I needed to talk to someone and I didn't? Alright. Yeah, well, everything in Heaven's Ward do except for Dark Knights. Like, Machinists have one. Astrosians have one. Dark Knight don't. It's a dude in the stairs. Where the heck am I going? Okay, I need to stop being an idiot and just do what I need to do. But yeah. Oh, where did we unlock Sage? I don't remember. But no, they don't. But I don't even remember where to unlock the Sages. Reapers have kind of a guild. Is it downstairs? God damn it. Yeah, the Reapers have kind of a guild. No, I'm just all over the place tonight. Sort of. It's not really a guild. It's more like a room in Ul'dah. Greetings, good madame. You are the Ul'dah envoy, are you not? I have received instructions to assist you. Pray you make your way into the city proper and identify yourself to the conjurer at Nofika's altar. She will admit you to the lotus stands where the elder seats here awaits. Yeah, it's kind of a room, and there's a desk, so it's kind of a guild, but it's not. But it's the closest thing to a guild, because even like the Red Mage don't have a guild. You like talk to the dude outside of Ul'dah, and then when you get your quest, it's like beside the Aetherite in Revenant's Toll, so in Mordona. So I don't know. I'm hoping that maybe, yeah, I am hoping that maybe the ones from Dawn Trail will have some, since it's gonna be like a new era, like a new island and stuff. I'm hoping they'll get some sort of guilds for the new classes. You are the Ul'dah envoy, begging your pardon, madam, but might I inspect the missive you bear? Yes, you can. Verily, this is the seal of the Supreme Commander of the Immortal Flames. Please come with me. God damn it, words are hard. So yeah, I hope that everything in the On Trail, like they're gonna have actual guilds, because I thought that was like a nice touch.
Envoy.
Why is she voiced but the other one wasn't?
On behalf of our fair nation, I bid you welcome. Please. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Khan Senna, Elder Seedseer of Gridania, and leader of the Order of the Twin Adder, our nation's grand company.
Yeah, it's beside the Aetherite.
I understand you bear a message from the Flame General.
It kind of sucks. Oh, they are partly voiced, but not all. Why? Pray tell me, adventurer, what do you know of our conflict with the Empire? Empire, not Emperor, Empire. It would seem my counterparts recounted the tale in some detail, that is well. A message from the Admiral. A wolf has been sniffing around her stables, you say? I see. Well, I shall be pleased to provide her with such counsel as I am able. But first, friend of my friend, I will tell you more of the Guardian threat. For the greater part of its history, Garlemald was not even amongst the most influential nation it is in Ilsabard, the northern continent. However, its innovation in the field of magitech some 50 years past helped to raise it from the depth of obscurity. Emboldened by this technology, it sets about subjugating its neighbors, swiftly absorbing each into its ever-expanding territory, and when all of Ilsabard lay within its grasp, it turned its ravenous gaze upon Eorzea. Yet Garlemald's transformation did not come about by virtue of magitech alone. Its success owed much to the consummate leadership of its first and reigning emperor, Solus Zos Galvis, the man who built an empire in his own lifetime. Yet he has lived long, and after more than 80 winters, it is said that he grows frail and even more prone to illness. If rumors are to be believed, the matter of succession has destabilized the imperial court. This would explain the empire's relative inactivity in recent years, which has granted us much needed time to rebuild. Yet we cannot allow ourselves to become complacent, for Garlemald still maintains a presence in Eorzea, in the form of the 14th Imperial Legion. Commanding this great host is Legatus Gaius van Balsar, a man whose ambitions are well known to us, and not his intention. So long as he breathes Eorzean air, none of us may sleep easy. The calamity wreaked such devastation, which again was not his intention, upon the realm that it has been all we could do to nurse our wounds, never mind rebuild our defenses. Simply put, we have not the strength to repel the Empire. To add to our woes, the Beast Tribe continues to summon their primals, whose very existence is a bane upon the land. Each nation is beset with its own primal problem. None has the resource to look beyond its own borders. The Admiral desires my counsel regarding a brazen wolf. She means to tell me that the Empire may soon resume its advance. Though the primals pose an undeniable threat to our survival, the threat posed by the Guardians is greater still. Clearly, each nation can no longer afford to think only of that which occurs within its own borders. A storm gathers upon the horizon. If we are to weather it, we must needs stand united once more. A remembrance service may help to rekindle the spirit of unity which brought the peoples of Eorzea together when last the Empire threatened our liberty. The Flame General was wise to make his proposal, and wholeheartedly approve of it. The necessary provision shall be made for a service here in Gridania. Your work here is done, my friend. I shall send my reply to the Flame General forthwith. I thank you for coming. May the 12 see you safely home. Bye, Mortimer. Complete. You may now make use of the airship routes connecting the three nations. Before you may board an airship, you must pay the requisite fare in Gil. God, I can't freaking read. Okay, so I got a minion. The first minion you get in game for free is this one, little airship. Let's go. Woo! The Serpent Officer has information that may be of interest to you. I pray your meeting with this Elder Seedseer went well, my lady. Envoy, correct me if I'm mistaken, but did you not also deliver a message to Admiral Merlwib Bluffiswind of Limsalaminsa? While you were there, did you happen to meet Badaron, the proprietor of the Drowning Wench? Gregarious gentleman, always happy to help his fellow man. Well, I am told that he has a task for a capable adventurer. I know not what the task entails, but I dare say the Flame General's personal envoy would make a fine candidate. If you are interested in learning more, pray speak with Badaron at his establishment. It's dungeon time! It's dungeon time! It is Don Juan time. Out of my way, I'm going to kick some butt. Out of my way. Whee! Hello. No, not you. You. Send me to Lim Solomon, sir. Yes. Nope. They never gave him any more stuff after Realm Reborn. And that's weird that they completely abandoned that idea. Because it was a good idea. But they completely abandoned it. And man, in 1.0 they had like a crap ton of like achievement NPCs, but Jonathan was the only one to survive and still be there. But they still just like kept stuff, and well, they put more stuff when the reward system was kind of off. They put most of the rewards that you could get from the like subscription stuff at Jonathan's, like you could buy it with like achievement points and stuff. But nope, Jonathan's is the only one. Welcome to the Drowning Wench. Sit wherever you like, lass. I'll be with you in the I am Baderon, alright. Who's asking? I heard of the job for a capable adventurer, you say? Well, you're bloody right. Just so you're fairly warned, though, this ain't no job for the faint of heart. Things are liable to get downright bleeding there, eh? But if you think you're still interested, let me know and I'll fill you in on the details. In your expansion journal, in your achievement journal, yes, that's where you claim your achievement rewards from now on. Baderon, the proprietor of the Drowning Wench, has need of a capable adventurer. I thank you for taking the time to help me out. Now I'm sure. Oh, there's an ad. So you'll come straight to the point. Can I snooze it? Nope. Alright. Word has it some suspicious looking bugger have been sneaking around in the Sastasha secret, and I need a trustworthy sort to head up north and Albert and find them who they are and what they're up to. Don't sound like much, I know. But it weren't so long ago as the Fishback's pet pirates paid us an unwelcome visit, and folks are feeling a bit nervous. If you would permit me, Master Baderon, I should be happy to elaborate. Well, if it ain't the Chief Yellow Jacket himself, to what do I owe this rare honor, Commodore Renner? Come to make sure me patrons are behaving, or just thirsty? Neither. In fact, I was informed that you had requested an adventurer to assist my investigation. I came to offer what information I could sift from recent reposts. Whatever. Over the course of the past moon, there have been several sightings of an unfamiliar vessel off the coast of Elport, in the vicinity of the island of Isle of Umbra. This information came to my attention no more than a few weeks after a squad of my own soldiers had completed a routine patrol of the region, the Sastasha Secret included. Their search revealed little to save the family of Curls had taken up residence in the cave. Nothing to concern us, in short. In light of certain development, however, it would seem wise to search Sastasha again. But with the Sahagan testing our defense daily, I am loath to assign the task to the limited force of my disposal. Our line is stretched as it is. Thus, I sought the service of a competent adventurer to conduct an investigation in our stead. Any aid you can offer in this matter would be greatly appreciated. Then it's settled. Sastasha is located in western Lanosia. For more detailed information on how to reach the place, I suggest you consult Vmelpa. She can be found at the ferry dock on the lower decks. You're the man. Good luck to ye, lass. To the dungeon. Alright, you're not gonna send me to the Hall of Novice, right? I've already done it. Don't try me, game. Yeah, it's I don't know if this one sizes down. I hope so, because the behemoth is big, man. I never tried my behemoth mount on a Lalafell. I don't know if it's actually sized down, because that's actually like a monster. So I don't know. Okay, I need to go down. I'm always lost in here. I always search my way around. Okay, so I think I can go down here. The dancers are like here, I think, like here. Like on this platform, I think. I think that's where the dancers guild is. Rogues have a guild in Limsa, true, but you can only apply at level 10. That was the first added class in like post A Realm Reborn. I think like in the first or second patch of A Realm Reborn, they added the rogue that became ninjas. Started at level 10. And their guild is right here in front of where I am. Yeah, I've seen her a couple of times on my other character. So we're going to the dungeon. It's probably pirates. You'll hear about Commodore Rainer's investigation. Then you'll want to board a ferry bound for Elport. Once you arrive in Western Nanosia, though, you'd best visit to the Hall of Novice before you blunder into Sastasha. The Adventurers Guild run the hall, and the folk there will prepare you, train you with the skill you need to face the danger undoubtedly waiting for you in the Sea Grot. The hall is on the way to Sastasha, just north of Elport. Head inside once and there is a blah blah blah. I already did it. I have the whole armor, come on. The ferry is bound to Elport. Are you riding with us? Yes. I'll skip the Hall of Novice. I won't read what they say. Because it's if you've never played the game, I highly suggest you do the Hall of Novice. It pretty much shows you what you need to know about your role, and it gives you a cool armor that actually looks good and is good up to level like 25. It's better than the dungeon gear you'll get, like, and you get a whole armor and you get a ring that gives you an XP boost up to level 30. I'm not wearing it right now because the XP is insanely fast anyway without the ring. So I'm not wearing it. And I don't think there are stats that are that good on the ring, to be honest. Well, the stats are not that bad. Yeah. Maybe I should wear it. Yeah, caster armor is great. The tank armor is cool too. You actually have like matching pieces. It's nice. Alright, so I don't care what you have to say. I already did it. Thank you. Bye. Let me go. I want to go to the dungeon. Alright. Yo. So Sastasha. Sastasha is the first dungeon in 14, and it's to be honest, it's a very bad example of the dungeons you'll face in 14, because it's one of the only dungeons that have like side rooms that you need to go in order to get the achievement. It's not the only one, but it's one of the only ones that has that. And technically it has like 4 boss encounters, but 14 dungeons usually have 3, except for like Brayflux. I think Brayflux is the only other one that has more than 3 boss encounters. Please tell me you're here on Yellow Jacket duty and not daft sought out for a stroll. I can't take any more of these blasted waiting you are. Thanks to God. I assume you already know about the ships slipping around the Isle of Umbra. We've been on the lookout for pirate activity ever since that vessel was sighted, thinking a crew of cutthroat might have a den nearby. So when we received word that men of questionable quality had been seen passing in and out of Sastasha here, we weren't entirely surprised. I have yet to see them for myself, but if this lot belongs to the fishback fencing serpent reavers, well, you can imagine the panic it'll cause. The kidnappings are still fresh in people's minds. Anyway, your task is to poke around in the caves and find out exactly who we're dealing with. While you do that, I'll be keeping watch out here, praying you don't spot any blue face tattoo. This Sastasha is ready. We're going in. So I'm gonna do the whole dungeon. I'm gonna do the full clear to get the achievement, to get the map achievement, because I'm a bitch for achievements, and I love to have my achievements. Yes, I get it. Oh yeah, you need to sign the contract. True. You can read that whenever you do it, but you need to. It pretty much tells you what the dungeon is. That you need to play your role. That you need to be like Curtis and that you need to do everything, so blah blah. It pretty much tells you what you need to know about dungeon, that you can do it with NPCs, that you can do it with actual people, blah blah. I'm gonna do it with NPCs because I want to take my time, and I'm gonna talk a lot about the mechanics of the dungeons in 14. So here we go. The Sastasha Sigrat, first dungeon in Final Fantasy 14. So dungeons are 4 players, 2 DPS, a tank, and a healer. And unlike WoW, because healers are expected to DPS between heals, and tanks have a lot of mitigation in order for the healer to be able to DPS a bit. They call that instance raids for some reason. It's kind of weird. Okay, so as a tank, never forget to put on your tank stance on, or else everybody's gonna die. We have a Conjurer, a Lancer, and a Thaumaturge. This is the team you're gonna get every time until you get to the expansions. You're always gonna have a Thaumaturge, a Conjurer, and a Lancer. That's the NPC, that's the classes they decided to put with you whenever you... And it makes sense, but I won't say why, but it makes sense. But this dungeon, usually dungeons are pretty straightforward in 14. This one is a bit of a mix-up. That's why I say it's not super representative of the Final Fantasy 14 dungeons. But anyway, you'll see. Let's go. So we're gonna pull. So when we pull everything, you see in the corner, on the left side of the screen. I did a stupid thing. Oh my god! It's because I don't have my thing on the right place. God damn it! Wait. Oh my god! All right. So you see you have the enemy list that is on the left corner. It's all of the enemies that you have aggroed. But that you have encounters, let's say. Not aggroed, but that the party has like in their sight. And if you are a DPS, you want to have the little square that is beside the name to be green. Because that means you haven't pulled everything. You have no aggro on you. As a tank, you want them to be red, because that means you have 100% of the aggro. And if, for some reason, you have some of the aggro, it's going to be a yellow triangle. That means go to the tank and please tell them to get the aggro back, because there's something awry. But if your tank is on the tank stance and pretty much does the aggro rotation, that's never going to happen. But sometimes it's inevitable when there are many enemies. Okay, so music is a bit loud. Okay, sound BGM, let's put it at like 30 and put sound effect at like 30. Let's go. All right, so yeah, here this first side room is probably the most important one, because you need to check this memo, and I'll tell you why later. So you read the memo. You find a bloodstained scrap of parchment with a message scrawled upon it in faded ink. The captain likes his wine red. Remember that. And pretty much Sastasha is a remnant of one. It is probably like a reskin of a 1.0 dungeon that was pretty much. I don't remember if it was implemented or it was supposed to be, but it was called Fauché, and it was pretty much that. But it was not like an instance dungeon. It was like a free dungeon. You would go in there and just grind XP. They had that in 1.0. So that's a remnant of 1.0. A map they reuse. Why is that there? So that's pretty much it. You have trash. You have a couple of trash packs. Then you get to a boss. I should have gotten out of there. God dang it. You have you have trash packs to get to the boss, but this one, like I said, is a bit longer. There is one room in particular that has like no freaking reason to be. Can you please? Thank you. Am I slowed? Why is the GCD so slow? I mean, I get that it's slower than WoW, but feels like it's slower than it should be. Anyway, so yeah, there is a room in this dungeon that is, in my opinion, completely useless. It's just there to make the dungeon longer, and we're getting in right now. I don't understand the purpose of that room, because all there is in the room is like these little shade things and the big clams. You can't hit the clam if it's closed, and you have to like break them in order to for the little fire thingies to stop spawning. And that's so useless. I don't understand the purpose of that at all. But I prefer, to be honest, and it's not even to be like any kind of whatever, but I prefer the dungeon structures of 14. I think the WoW dungeons are a bit too like all over the place for me. Like you can have patrols walking, and well, it happens in 14 in 14 too, but a little less. But you have like side bosses and bosses that you don't know they're bosses, and it's like, okay. Like in WoW, there are many times where I was like, okay, that's a boss, and I was like, and people were like, yeah, that's the boss, and I was like, okay. How could I have known? It was like, well, the name has like the little icon up beside it, but I was like, okay. But in 14, you'll always know when you're in the boss room, and I'll show you why. But in 14, you always know. Nope. Did it? You mean from Spoche or with the revamp of the dungeons? Because if you're talking about the revamp, no, they didn't change the stat shot. Everything is the same. You didn't touch the mechanics. It wasn't simple enough for the AI to be able to do everything, and they didn't touch the chests. Some other dungeons have been revamped mechanic-wise, but I don't think they touched any dungeon. They pretty much just touched the mechanics of the fights that the AI wouldn't be able to do. And I think the biggest one is the ethereal whatever facility. I don't remember that one. They completely changed the last boss fight, like from the ground up. I did it yesterday for the first time, and I was still like expecting the original fight, and the fight was all changed. I almost died like 3 times. I was like, sorry man, what the fuck, they changed the fight. And that person was like, is this your first time since the revamp? I was like, yeah man, what the hell. Like, yeah, that's a big surprise. You think? They changed the whole freaking mechanics, like at all. Every mechanic has been changed from this fight. Like nothing is the same. I was so confused. Like you go in a dungeon and you're like, you know the mechanics and you expect them, and then you get there and it's completely changed. My brain didn't understand. I was like, what the hell is happening? And but yeah, they changed some of the mechanics for the dungeons that had like maybe a bit of more complex mechanics to do for the AI to be able to do them. The only thing, like today I did the last dungeon for Endwalker for the first time. That was released I think last week, and it's with the AI, and the only thing that bothers me with the AI is that they do the mechanics at the last minute. So if you don't like start running the minute the characters, the NPC starts running, you'll get caught by something for sure. So you have to pretty much watch them do it for the first time. You might get killed on your first run if it's really like tight mechanics, or you need to have like the reflexes of freaking Goku, because they start running at the last minute. So you better pay attention. Like, what are you doing? Okay, so remember I told you that you always know that there's a boss room? Well, this is what tells you. The little like purple line here will always indicate that you are entering a boss room. So here we're in the boss room, and you remember the paper we got at the start of the dungeon, it said that the captain liked his wine red. Well, it's because whatever the color is written on the paper is the color you need to push the button from. So this time it said red, so I'm gonna push red. Yeah, that one is completely revamped too. It's only tornadoes now, and it's so easy compared to the older fight. So that's the first boss, Chopper. Our first boss. As a tank in 14, it is really important to always turn the boss away from the party. Always, always, always. Because if they get cleaved, they die. You can ask Nest. If they get cleaved, they're gonna die. Like 100%. You need to be very careful. Shit. You need to be very careful. I have my shield. Why didn't I bash his face? I'm so used to be on my warrior. Oh shit. Nope. Come on, people. Did GCD fuck me over? Stop it. Chopper. Okay, so let's see what we'll get. A plundered earring. Is that good? All class. Vitality, mind, intelligence, and direct hit. And it has dexterity, intelligence, mind, vitality, and strength. And this one has vitality, mind, intelligence, and direct hit. Alright, it's pretty much everything, so I'm gonna take it. Fuck it. Okay, so we are entering the place where we need to go in the side rooms. And to be honest, I did not know there were side rooms up until my like 5th year of playing. I never knew there was side rooms in this dungeon because people were running them so fast, and I would always just follow them. That I actually knew that there was one because of a video that was made by the pun bun herself, Zepla HQ. Made a video about Sestasha. Like, it was like an anti-guide, like a fun thing, a stupid thing. And she started talking about the side rooms, and I was like, there are side rooms in this dungeon? And then I logged in, and I like went unsynced, and I looked at the dungeon. I was like, oh my god, there are side rooms in here. God damn. So yeah, there are side rooms, and so that's what I'm saying. Usually you don't get a boss room like this fast. You don't get like a set of like 3 or 4 trash mobs in the boss room. So that's why I'm saying this is not like super representative of 14's dungeon structure, but this is because you fight this guy more than once, and that's pretty much why it's there. He is pretty much the main honcho of the dungeon, the main reason why you are there. Well, one of the main reasons why you are there, because the quest, if you look at the quest, it's probably pirates. And, well, Captain Madison is a pirate, and they're pretty much the ones that took the boat and docked in Sestasha. Why are you using the limit break? Why? Alright. Level 20. Alright, what's in there? Plundered trousers. That is for tanks, and it's not better than the ones that I have. And those are level 15, and they are the same as dungeon pants. So you get pretty much a dungeon set without having to do a dungeon. So you enter the dungeon. Yes. Yes, they always do, but that was way too early. Why? Like, if you don't want to get like spoiled a little bit, shut your ears. But Alice is one of the worst NPCs to bring with you in the trust. She always uses the freaking limit break all the goddamn time. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna bench you if you don't stop. stop using the freaking the minute we get in the boss fight. If we have a limit break, Alice is gonna use it like 100%. So I calm down, trigger happy. Seriously, it's like calm down, pistol shot. Alright, so we got doggos here. But yeah, she's one of the worst. Her and Y'shtola, they usually use it, and you can't say anything to Y'shtola or she's gonna freaking burn your ass. So it's pretty much either you get a temper tantrum or you get a fireball in your face. So you pretty much can't say anything. Okay, so you go through here, you go here, you got your first side room here. And some of them have chests, so it's alongside the achievement you get like loot, so that's not lost, but you need to know about it, and I didn't. And if you go with any groups that are not NPCs, no, unless like you ask and you get someone that is like super nice, nobody's gonna run the whole thing with you. Like nobody's gonna do it, because usually they're so pissed when they get Stasha, and I don't know why. Like whenever I get a dungeon in my roulette that is like a low level dungeon, I'm so happy, because I'm like, yeah, that's gonna be an easy one today. I'm not gonna have to like think too much. I'm just gonna like plow through it and get freaking 3 million XP for it. So I don't know why people get pissy when they get low level stuff. I'm so happy when I do. Maybe because I'm lazy, I don't know. Today I got like a level 73 dungeon in my leveling roulette, and I was so happy because it's a dungeon I've done so much in Shadowbringers that I know by heart, so it's not even an issue. The only thing is that there's like a platforming part in the last boss fight, and I suck at it. I always freaking like I can't do it. Luckily, a lot of people are better than me at that, so we don't lose the fight. But if I was alone, I'd be 100% fucked. I can't do that. Like I can't. The first dungeon that we're gonna see tonight 100%, because even if I have to go a bit over time, I don't care, I want to do it tonight, is Copperbell Mines. Copperbell Mines has been completely revamped. Like I think the 3 boss fights have been revamped, so that's pretty interesting. This one has been completely changed. What are you doing? Come here. But yeah, we're gonna do it tonight. I don't care if I have to go over time a bit in order to get at least all these 3 dungeons done, because the next stream will be a lot of cutscenes. We have long cutscenes to watch. So I want the dungeons to be done so we can hop on the cutscenes as fast as possible in the next stream. So that's a brawl, man. You get here and they start kicking their asses. So you get in here and like, wait, stop! I'm the one kicking your ass. And one thing also you need to know is that the NPCs don't AoE. Except for very specific times in the fight. Usually they don't AoE, so if you pull too much stuff, you're dead. Like 100%. Stop healing people. Who's healing who? Stop it. Someone healing? Are they healing them? All? Do they all have healing spells? Or is it me who's getting healed and I just think that they are? Oh no, okay, the counter is healing me, alright. I thought they were healing themselves because I know one of them was, but ooh, that's probably the nicest chest piece you can get at a low level. That one, it's for DPS, but seriously, it's probably the nicest chest piece you can get. This one is really nice. And since you can glamour at pretty much low, at a very low level now, you can keep it the whole time and have like a nice looking chest piece instead of looking like a freaking olive. Alright, so here we come here. We kick these bitches' asses. And I'm not saying bitches in the, it's not gender specific. It's bitches. I think they're guys anyway. But, I call everybody bitch. I'm like Jesse from Breaking Bad. Alright, so we pick up the key. Where's the key? Oh, it's not here. Wait. Oh yeah, it's the freaking dude with the dog that owns the key. True. Okay, but before going there, I forgot this room here, which is a sex dungeon. It's a sex prison, pretty much. It's pretty disturbing. But they're pirates, so it fits. But yeah, it's pretty disturbing. The fact that they put that in here is like, my god. And it's full of Lalafells, which again is very disturbing. Even though they're adults and they're gonna tell you that they're adults, they still look like kids. So it's kind of disturbing. Pick up the key. Open the door. There's a chest in the back. If you listen to them, just be like, oh please, I won't bite, or I'll stop biting, or whatever. I'm ever so sore. It's like, what the hell, bro? I shan't bite anymore. Just let me out. All right. I'll go back. So for the people that missed the thing because of the ad, this is the sex dungeon, and if you look at here, like if you look at what they say, it's like, forgive me, my lord, I didn't mean to offend her. Like and one of them says like, I shan't bite anymore, please let me out. Like, yeah, I shan't bite anymore, just let me out. And this one says something like, I'm so sore, sit them between the legs, every last one of them. Okay, and at some point she says like, I'm ever so sore, please stop, or something like that, or let me out. It's so freaking disturbing, man. It's insane. What's that? Okay, so that's one room, second room. Okay, so now we got the key, so we need to go in here and get the other key, and for that we need to kick this bitch's ass. Come here, you disgusting pig. You see your size and the size of this little freaking Lalafell? You absolute disgusting bitch. Come on. Like, even the freaking Mikodes are super small compared to him. Hell, I'm a freaking women Rogadine and they're still big for me, so I can't imagine. Already, there were two guys in front of the door. I killed them during the ad break. So we use the key and we open the door. We open the door. And we get to the second fight against Captain Madison. And this time we get them here. We get the pack and we go here. Let's go. And we fight with camera backwards. And I believe you can probably figure out why I'm doing that. But that's the best way to go during that fight. To make your life easier as a tank. You kill the two ads with the boss first, of course. Then we start kicking Madison's ass. Opening the limit break. Now he's opening the door and we're getting the dogs. That's why you stay here. That way you make your life way easier. The dogs don't go out and start running after your DPS. You can get the pack in here way faster, way easier. And then you can just continue bashing on the captain. And he's gonna run away like a pussy again. Okay, here in this room, I tested it already the other day. It's pretty much useless to full clear this room unless you want the experience. There are no chests in this room or anything of worth for you to actually full clear the room. If you want the XP, that's another thing. You get a fair amount of XP from enemies in dungeons. So if you want to do that, or just because you want to see everything, you can. But there's no incentive really to full clear this room. Other than that, because there are no chests. I don't think so, anyways. If I remember correctly, there were no chests, and I was like, why aren't there no chests in here with so many NPCs? And because the one thing you need to remember, because that's from I'm talking shit. You don't get XP from trash anymore. I'm talking shit. So you have absolutely no reason, because you don't get XP anymore from trash, because people would just like go in dungeons. And like when they were super close to leveling, they would kill the trash with like the group, level up, and then leave. So now only bosses give XP. So yeah, but yeah, so I'm talking shit. That's 100% not true. You don't need, you have no reason to clear the trash if there's no chest, because you won't even get XP. So don't bother unless you want to see what the dungeon is like. Like at that point, don't bother clearing that trash. It's a waste of time. And we're getting to the final boss of the Don Juan. That's the first. That's pretty much the first Final Fantasy XIV dungeon. That's what you can expect from a dungeon. Even though this one, like I said, this one is not super representative of what Final Fantasy dungeons are, because most dungeons don't have side rooms. It's pretty much a very linear experience. 3 bosses. A couple of thrash mobs, a boss, a couple of trash mob, a boss, a couple of trash mob, a boss. You get a couple of coffers here and there. You get a dungeon clear chest at the end. Every boss gives you at least 1 chest. I think they only give 1 anymore. I don't think they give 2. Some bosses will give 2, but it's rare. You get you'll get 2 silver coffers and a gold coffer. 2 silver coffers for the boss first and second boss, and 1 gold coffer for the last boss. The Sully spawning ground Shorewalker. So he did the job for us. So this fight is really straightforward. There's very little mechanics. I don't think I've done mechanics in this fight in like 10 years, to be honest. But at some point, the ripples start like spewing water, and the mechanic is to just close the traps, or else ads will spawn out. But again, we burn the bosses so fast usually that we don't need to do any mechanics. And even if they spawn the ads, they're so squishy. You just bring them to the tank, and that's it. The tank will pick them up, and that's not even an issue. Like they don't have enough damage to cause any sort of trouble. Like you cannot get overwhelmed, not anymore. I remember at some point, like when the dungeon was really new, there were some ways of you getting like over swarmed by the NPCs, but that's not happening like nowadays 100%. Like there will spawn ads very soon, because even the NPCs don't do the mechanics anymore. So that tells you a thing or two. Like even the NPCs don't go and do mechanics on this one, because it's not important. I'm probably gonna kill the boss before I kill the ad. Oh no, okay. Well, that was pretty close. So, in all of the leveling dungeons, you get 1 piece of gear guaranteed for your class that you don't have every time you run the dungeon until you have everything. So that's one thing that is amazing that they added. So, on here I got gloves, I think. I got the plundered gauntlets. So that's aside from what's in the chest. You get 1 piece of gear that you don't have from the set that drops from the dungeon for your class, which is amazing. So where's the chest? So there's the gold coffer, the dungeon clear coffer. I got a bow, which is not useful to me, but alright. So I could farm this dungeon over and over until I get an actual weapon that is useful, but the first 3 dungeons all drop the same loot. All the same sets drop from the first 3 dungeons. So you don't really need to worry. You can just continue on and farm the 2 other dungeons, and they all drop the same sets and the same weapons and stuff. So that's not a problem. You don't need to farm the same dungeon. Like if you don't like Sestasha but you like the next one, you can farm the next one. If you don't like the next one, you can farm the other one and still get stuff if you want. But unless you really want a new weapon, or you want it for glamour, it's not really like useful to do that, to be honest. You're gonna out level it so fast, and the main story is gonna give you a main weapon very soon afterwards, so you don't really need it. But if you want, because a dungeon weapon will always last you longer than anything else, that's for sure. That's like better quality than anything else you can get. So it's not a bad thing, but don't go out of your way like to get it, because sometimes it can be very daunting, because it's just not dropping, and it's like, for fuck's sake, are you gonna give me my weapon, blah blah. So don't go insane regarding these like the weapons from the dungeons, and even the gear. Like the gear is good, but again, you're gonna out level it so fast. And if you have the Hall of Novice set, you pretty much don't need anything from the first 3 dungeons, like I said earlier. The Drowning Wench. Okay, let's talk to Bataron. Aye, such a task was on the books. Was, mind. I'm afraid that ship has already sailed, friend. Ah, might you be the adventurer who accepted the job of investigating Sastasha? Yes, I am. It would seem that ship has not only sailed, but now returns to harbor none the worse for its voyage. A pity. We dragged our boots too long on this one. No matter, the wheels will turn and our chance will come. You are right, of course, but there shall be no rest till we have attained our goal. Lofty though it may be. Not a wink of sleep, great leader. Our aim, lest you wonder, is to perform such feats of heroism as will earn us a place in the songs of every alehouse in Eorzea. We mean to write a legend which will inspire adventurers as yet unborn to follow our shining example. Do you have such goal? Large or small, it matters not. Only have a star to reach for and you will reach higher. Purpose can sustain you through times of hardship. Keep your eyes on the prize and all obstacles will be overcome in time. You would not think to stride into battle unclad, would you? Well, goals are as arms and armors for the spirit. I wish you fortune in your endeavor, milady. Alright, thank you. See ya! Back then, are ye? With all your limbs and a tale to tell, I'll wager. Fishbacks, and there I was thinking you'd only have to crack a pirate skull or 3, 7 hells. You turn your back for 5 bloody minutes and the scaly bastards set up shop on your bleeding doorsteps. Still sounds like you left them in pieces, so I don't suppose they'll be carrying out whatever mischief they was planning. Unless they was planning on feeding themselves to the fauna of Sastasha, of course. Any road, all's well that ends well. On behalf of Limsa, I thank you for shedding some light on the mystery. You've lived up to your reputation, I couldn't ask for no more than that. Now, I'll bet you're dying for a rest, but just in case you're not, I was wondering if you might be interested in taking on another job. It just so happened that I've had a request from our sister guild in Gridania, see? Seems the forest folk are in need of an adventurer what can get things done. For them to ask for help like this, you can bet the task won't be no skip though. Through a sunny grade. But after the way you dealt with our fishback infestation, I doubt if it's anything you can't handle. Give us a shout when you're ready and I'll lay it out for ye. Oh goddamn. Okay. Piety Finder unlocked. Woo! '22! Battleron's information on a new task. Ready to hear about the job, then? Like I said, the request comes from our sister guild in Gridania. And that's all I know, but whatever it is you ask to do, I somehow doubt it's supposed any trouble for your adventurer has survived the bedlams in Sastasha. If you think you might be interested, y'all want to have words with Mother Mune, me counterparts in Gridania. Good luck, lass. Thank you. Damn, it's hard to read what you say. Airship landing. We're going to Gridania. We're going to Gridania. We're going to Gridania. Going to Gridania. Okay. We are going through Gridania. Gridania. Thank you. Alright. Take a seat wherever you like, friend. Our waitress will come to take your... Oh, not here to dine. There, I hope that you're the adventurer Battleron sent words about. You are! The matron be praised. Matron. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Mion, and the Carline Canopy is my place. With regards to the task in question, there is a fair bit to tell. Let me know when you're ready to hear the detail and I shall brief you. Mion is waiting to brief you on your task. Gridania is the best. Ready for the briefing. Good. Now then, here's the long and short of it. Beg pardons for interrupting, Mune, but our need grows ever more pressing. Have none stepped forward? And good evening to you too, Bow Lord. Your need must be present indeed for you to honor us with a visit. The good news is your journey hasn't been wasted. I'm pleased to report that we have a volunteer at last, and one who comes highly recommended at that. My thanks for answering the call, my friend. My name is Lewin, and I lead the men and women of the God's Quiver. Now time is of the essence, so I shall proceed directly to the heart of the matter. We wish for you to nip a potential threat to Gridania in the bud. Beneath the central shroud, there lies an underground burial site called the Tamtara Deepcroft. That place was once a Gelmoran settlement, but we Gridanians have long entered our dead there. Of late, however, shadowy figures have been seen skulking about the Deepcroft, and with ever-increasing regularity. Based on the account of various witnesses, we suspect that the individuals belong to the Lamb of Dalamud, a doomsday cult which sprung up prior to the calamity. These zealots have proven themselves dangerous in the past, and we leave them to their own device at our peril. Ordinarily, I would have dispatched my best man to scour the Deepcroft with orders to flush the cultists out. Alas, the calamity decimated our ranks, and the limited force at my disposal are constantly required to keep the Axel at bay. The birdmen have grown restless of late, and I fear a storm may be brewing in anticipation of this. I have been compelled to spread our forces throughout the Twelveswood, lest we be taken unawares. The situation so being, we must turn to others to deal with the Lambs of Dalamud. Can we rely on you to undertake this task, friend? You have my gratitude. Once you've seen to your preparation, pray make your way to the Deepcroft and identify yourself to the guard posted at the entrance. He will apprise you of the latest development. That is all. Be careful out there, you hear? May the crystal guide you and keep you. So we're going to the Tamtara Deepcroft. Tamtara Deepcroft. Tamtara Deepcroft is an actual like remnant from 1.0. It resembles another dungeon. We'll go at some point, but it's like very similar to another dungeon like that was in 1.0. Welcome to the Black Shroud. This is Central Shroud, but this is the Black Shroud, a place that was I'm gonna say hated, but that was feared in 1.0 for how copy pasted it was. People like hated it, and when I've seen maps from 1.0, and my god, that was horrible. It was so copy pasted for nothing, and now it looks beautifully. So we're going here, by the way, to the Tamtara Deepcroft. I didn't want to do that. I'm so not used to running anymore. I'm a dainty little princess that's used to having a mount that flies. And now I don't. So I'm all lost. Oh, reprisal, reprisal. Reprisal. Wait a minute. Come here. Whee! It is so good. I really love Gridania. Like every time I go back to Gridania, the theme from Gridania is like every time that song starts to play, I have like this, and I haven't been on in a while. Like whenever I come back after a break and I get to Gridania and the theme starts to play, I always get like this little knot in my throat, because it's like, oh my god, I'm home. This is like this is my place. This is where I belong. This is my city. And I don't know. It's kind of weird, but I really love it. Hey, what's up? You got your ass kicked, huh? Well, I'm here. Behold, it is I, the ass kicker. Well, hello there. You're Calendra Pureheart, I take it. Thanks for helping us out, friend. No doubt the Bull Lord has already informed you, but your task is to enter the Deep Craft and purge it of the lambs of Dalamud. In case you're unfamiliar with them, it's the cult emerged shortly before the calamity put an end to the 6th astral era. The cultists took the lesser moon Dalamud for their god, believing that it would deliver them from the devastation. And so they were rather disappointed when Dalamud exploded into 1,000 flame pieces before it could complete its descent. Now, having seen their god turn to ash, one would think that the culprits might feel moved to question their fate. On the contrary, it served only to stoke the flames of their fanatism. The Lamb of Dalamud are convinced that heretics, that is to say, everyone but them, interfere with the coming of the Lord and Savior, and that it's now their sacred duty to avenge him. Whatever it is they're doing in the Deep Croft, you may be sure that no good will come from it. For the sake of Gridania and yours at large, put an end to their madness. We are going to the Tam Tower Deep Croft. In 2.0, if you were doing your 2.x whatever, if you are doing your relic and you had to farm dungeons for tokens for your relic, you would run Tam Tower Deep Croft over and over again because it was the fastest dungeon to run to get whatever you needed. There we go. This is the most straightforward dungeon we'll do tonight. It still has some kind of weird stuff, but it's the first one that doesn't have side. Well, it has side rooms, but we don't need to go in them to get the map achievement. So we're not gonna go in them because it's unless we want chests. I think there are some chests, so we could check for weapons. I don't know if weapons drop from these chests or if it's only the boss chests, but anyway, but it's super straightforward. So usually I would double pull here because all of the mobs really don't hit that much, but the NPCs can't really manage that. But usually I would double pull to make it faster because it's a really easy dungeon. Like, it's probably the easiest dungeon in the game. This dungeon has no challenge whatsoever. It's only because it's only flavor, and you get gear pretty much for free. So sometimes if I have a healer that is used to it, sometimes I might even triple pull just because it's not. There's nothing really to see, and it's not the most interesting dungeon. It's super easy, so usually I try to get it done pretty fast. If I'm with new people that I know are new or whatever, I'll take my time. That's not an issue. But if I know I'm with people that are actually like used to it and that have seen it already and have been here like a gazillion time, like I have, I'll just like pull as much as I can so we can get out of here pretty fast because it's just that easy. But I don't do it in every dungeon, okay? I do it in specific dungeons that are easier or boring. And I would never do it with randoms. That's the other thing. If I know who the healer is, and they are okay with the fact that I'm gonna do it, I'll do it. But I won't. Or if the healer in the random group tells me like, please pull more, blah blah, fine. But I never tank with other people anyway. Now that I can do it with NPCs, whenever I tank with NPCs, so I can do whatever I want and not get yelled at or whatever. And that's a shame. I mean, I shouldn't be saying this. Like, it's so stupid. I shouldn't be like, oh, I'm not playing with other people because I don't want to get yelled at. It's a game, man. Like, I'm gonna die on that hill. It's a game. We're doing a normal dungeon that has no stakes, that has nothing. So please chill. Like, seriously. If you're one of those people, please chill. And yeah, the next dungeon will be the one that has all of the boss's mechanic changed. And that was a surprise when I did it the first time. I was like, my god. And it's been revamped for the better, and like, not gonna lie. Every dungeon encounter, every boss encounters have been reworked for the better. Is there a chest in here? don't think so. All right. And it's the really like the dungeon that has the first 3 encounters that you're used to, like 3 different encounters. You don't fight the same boss twice, like in the first 2 dungeons. It's the first dungeon that has like an actual set of 3 bosses that are different, that are actual bosses, that are not like stupid encounters that you don't finish because the boss runs away or whatever. And in this one, 2 of the bosses are exactly the same for reasons that are tied to the 1.0 version of the game. But you pretty much have one boss, like one actual boss, because the other ones are actually like the same boss twice. So we're getting to that first boss. Again, make sure that your boss never faces your party as much as possible, because you as a tank can take a beating, but they can't, especially the healer. The healer is always going to be the squishiest in your gang. And here we have a caster, so the Dragoon, like the Lancer, can take a bit more of a beating than the others, but like the 2 casters are gonna get one tapped if they get hit, like very likely. Alright, so you take the copper, we get mittens. Then we go on for the next trash. On to the next trash pack. And one thing I love about the Final Fantasy XIV combat is when you don't face the target, the game doesn't tell you you need to face the target. The character just turns around and hit it, and I'm like, my god. Because in WoW, that's one thing that like annoys the shit out of me. Why can't the character just turn around to fight whatever you're targeting? Why do I have to learn to turn my character around? Come on. Especially in fights where there are so many ads. Like, you have ads all around you, and you have to face them every time, or else you don't attack them. It's like, oh my god. Please stop. Alright, copper, we're getting earrings. Again. Those are a bit more catered towards me, which is good. Wait. Oh. That's not the right way. Okay, so everything here, like from positioning with your total eclipse to like attacking with like a range with your shield or tomahawk if you're a warrior, and your like fast blade, riot blade, and Mitty rotation. Those are all stuff they show you in the Hall of Novice. So I recommend doing it, because especially for the positioning of your total eclipse, in order to get everyone, learn how to position yourself for your attack to get everyone around. It's a large thing, so it's pretty easy to position yourself, but you still have to know how to position yourself properly in order to get everyone, because if you don't, that's your first step to getting one of your DPS skills. Because by the time you get it, sometimes it's too late, especially in higher level stuff. You need to know where to position yourself to have everything aggroed to you when your DPS start attacking. Of course, it's also the DPS's job to make sure that the tank has everything before starting to burst attack. But sometimes everything goes so fast that nobody really nobody really sees it. I didn't see him kill it. What the hell? And yeah, so you have to make sure, like, everybody has to do their part, but as the tank, it's your first job to make sure you have everything aggroed to you. And so in order to do that, it's better to learn how to position yourself for your aggro skills, and how to use your aggro skills. Your aggro rotation on single target is really important. Also, how to mitigate damage, because right now it's not really a problem, like they don't hit that hard, but at some point you need to like mitigate almost every time, even in trash pulls, because you're gonna get obliterated, like they're going to kick your butt, seriously. Like, high-level dungeons are tough, man. Seriously. A lot of people will say that they're not. I can tell you, like, for a casual player that doesn't raid or do savage stuff, some of the higher-level dungeons can be tricky, because the mechanics of the bosses go off so fast that you pretty much need to learn the fight by heart. Need to exactly be at what place at what time, and be there not like a fraction of a second later, because it's already too late. Like, it's really tight sometimes, really tight. You really need to know the mechanics perfectly. And I mean, there's like something like 70 dungeons in Final Fantasy XIV, so but maybe a bit less, but there's a lot of dungeons, alright? And to know the mechanics of every boss in a dungeon, in every dungeon of the game, is one, almost impossible, and two, if you do it because you've played so many hours or you have like an insane memory. I don't. I know most of the mechanics, but there are fights that I forget, the ones that I don't do often. I will forget some of the mechanics. And it's just normal, just being a human, so never stress out about that. And if people get pissy, just be like, dude, I'm not freaking, like, it's not my job to remember everything. I got this dungeon like as a roulette. It's random. I didn't ask to be here. I got here. I'm gonna do my best, but don't fucking get pissy because I screw up a couple mechanics. Like when I did my dungeon for my roulette earlier, there was another person, like another ranged DPS with me, a machinist, and that person completely, they either didn't remember or didn't know the mechanics of the first boss in the dungeon, and they were getting destroyed. Like, seriously, they were getting every mechanic in the face. And I think that whenever you get, like, in higher dungeons, when you miss mechanics, you get what they call a vulnerability stack, which like gets the damage you take higher you take higher damage, and I think you do less damage. I don't know if it's like you take more damage, that's 100% sure, but I don't know if you deal less damage too, but you get like a vulnerability stack. That's hard to say. I'm gonna call it a vuln stack, alright, because that's what usually we call it. So you get a vuln stack every time you get a mechanic, and like you miss a mechanic, so the more stacks you have, the more damage you take, so the more you're prone to dying. And they were taking like every mechanic right in the face. Somehow they didn't die. The healer must have like focused on them. I don't know, but and I mean that's okay. Like I know these dungeons, like the Shadowbringers dungeon. I don't think I'll ever forget the mechanics because I've done them so much. It was the first time I could run dungeons with NPCs. I was so excited. I leveled all of my classes through dungeon leveling, every single one of them, and ooh, that's the sword and shield. Is it? Oh, I need to use it like that. So yeah, you get this now. You get the combo for the sword and shield. Nice, 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 nice. So they did it for lower level dungeons too. That's great. That is great. I love it. That you don't need to farm for a shield no more. That if you get the sword, you don't need to farm for the shield, and if you get the shield, you don't need to farm for the sword. You get both. It's about time. It's about damn time. But yeah, so I mean, you never. I never expect people to know mechanics properly. I expect them to know their class. When you get to a higher level, I expect them to know what they're doing regarding their job, their class. Because when you're level 90, you're supposed to know how to play your job. Okay, it's not being an asshole. It's not being toxic. It's not being anything. And I'm never going to yell about anybody, but I will get annoyed at people that are not doing their job properly in a higher level dungeon, because these dungeons require everybody to do their job properly and to be on point, because they're tight and they are harder. I'm never going to yell at anybody. I never yelled at anybody in a game because I don't believe in that. I mean, I'm not their bosses, I'm not their mom, they don't owe me anything. So yelling at people in a game is just stupid. But I will get annoyed here, like if you've ever seen me play higher level dungeons and I see someone who doesn't do their job, I might get annoyed and complain. But I'm not insulting anybody, I'm not yelling at anybody, but yes, I expect you to do your job properly when you're level 90. And I think that's not like that's not a hot take. When you're level 90, you're supposed to know what you're doing. And if you boosted your character, it's not my problem, or it's not the group's problem either. If you boosted your character, well, you're gonna have to double down on learning how to play it, because now you're in the big league, my buddy. And the game gets real. Like around level, I'd say around level 60, around level 65 to 70. That's where the game starts getting real. The Stormblood dungeons were, some of them were pretty steep, like were pretty hard for the time. But I mean, now we all know them by heart pretty much, so they're not. But they used to be like pretty like hard. You had to learn, you had to know what you were doing, you had to know mechanics, you had to learn mechanics. And like here, we don't really have mechanics. These dungeons don't really, like the next one has some, but like we're getting to the final boss here, and we didn't like see anything that was like insane. So here it's a bit hard to round up everything, so don't panic if you have a hard time rounding up everything, especially if you play with the NPCs. They usually run in like idiots and pull everything. If you're with a group, they might let you go in, pick up everything, and then go in. But with the NPCs, they don't care. They just run in and freaking attack everything. They don't wait for you to pull whenever you're in the boss fight and something spawns. They're gonna attack. So don't go too hard on yourself. Having a hard time rounding up everything here at first. It can be tricky. The boss fight in this dungeon, the last boss fight, is the first fight that actually has some sort of mechanics to do. It's very simple because it's the first one, but it's still a set of mechanics that you have to do, and it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty easy to understand, and that's what I like about 14. They pretty much teach you everything at a very steady but slow pace. And one thing that happens in 14 is that they always will show you the mechanics of the boss once in a fight. That is like generally easy to dodge and easy to not to do, but it's gonna be like yeah, you've seen that mechanic. Well, remember it, because I'm gonna throw it in your face without like being nice the next time. Like, I'm gonna throw it in your face. So that's the dungeon set, the dungeon curse for these dungeons, for the tanks. And another thing that I forgot to mention, if you play as a tank, and I'm gonna show you once we finish the fight, because I can't right now, but make sure that you wear gear that is catered toward tanks, and I'll show you how to know to know that the gear you are using is for tanks or not. So yeah, the imp was catered to the boss, that whenever, as long as the imp was alive, the boss wasn't taking any damage. So you have to kill the imp that is tethered to the boss before you can continue like attacking it. And you get a set of ads that you need to pick up, of course. Make sure it doesn't go on your healer. And then we can continue. This is not stunnable or whatever. You can't do anything with this attack. You just get out. Even if you kick it, if I stun it with my shield, it's not gonna do anything. So you can't stun it. It's not interruptible. That was the word I was looking for. You let the DPS, as a tank, you let the DPS handle that mechanic. You get the ads, you take care of the ads, but they take care of the imp. You can like throw your weapon just to make sure the aggro is on you, so they don't get attacked, but you let them kill them. Because if you run away, if you run around with the boss aggro to you, there is a good chance that the boss is going to cleave the party. So just stay there, don't panic, never panic. Panicking is gonna be the worst thing that's gonna happen to you. And I know it's hard to say like this, it's stupid, but seriously, try and keep calm, because panicking will just make it worse. And there's no reason to panic. Nothing that, like, your life IRL is not depending on this. You're not gonna die in real world. And everybody needs to learn at some point. So try and keep calm, think of the situation, grab your ads, make sure they don't attack your party, and you're gonna be fine. So to make sure that you have gear that is catered toward tanks, make sure that it's written Gladiator, Marauder, Paladin, Warrior, Dark Knight, Gunbreaker. Here. Why am I putting my hand? It's like under the item level, you see it's written GLAMRD, PLD, WAR, DRK, and GNB. That's tank gear. This here is Disciple of War. This is for DPS. So I got this now. So I actually have a tank helmet, which is nice because I didn't have one. So the accessories are not, some of them, some higher level accessories might be catered toward tanks, but that's gonna be something else. Once we get like to that point, I'll explain it. But make sure if you're a tank that you have tank gear because it's the gear that has the most defense, and sometimes you're gonna have tenacity stats and determination stats. Tenacity, well, it's self-explanatory. You're sturdier if you with tenacity, and determination gives you more. It makes healing more effective on you, so it's a good thing to have. All of my end game tanks are slotted with tenacity and determination. Sometimes I put direct hit to have a bit more damage when I'm pretty much capped on determination and tenacity, but that's not the main thing. Your job is not to do damage. Your job is to stay alive and get aggro and everything. So tenacity and determination is the two stats you should prioritize as a tank. And maybe I'm not right, but that's what I do, and I always stay alive. I rarely die, and I don't get complaints from healers whenever I tank for them. They always have, they always say that I'm like sturdy enough. So that's how I do it. Welcome back, Eliandra. I'm reliably informed that your foray into the deep craft was a success. Nor did I expect anything less. Bateron's ringing endorsement left me in little doubt as to your capabilities. Even so, you are to be commended. Bolord Lewin asked me to pass on his thanks. I must say it's something of a relief to be able to call upon such a capable adventurer. Sadly, death has become an ever more common occurrence within our fraternity of late. Times being what they are, the guild is constantly inundated with petitions, and we are hard-pressed to find enough hands to deal with them all. While this means no shortage of work for able souls such as yourself, it also provides ample opportunity for the inexperienced to overreach themselves, with predictable consequences. As if to illustrate the point. Oh my god, I forgot about Ida. Avir's gone, and it's all your fault. If it hadn't taken you an age to heal him, he would still be alive. But I tried. He bolted out of range before I could finish the spell. He shouldn't have been so hard-pressed in the first place. We should have done more to lighten his burden. But to the hells with this pathetic excuse for a party. I'm leaving, and it'd be too soon if I never see your faces again. Goodbye and good riddance. I'm leaving as well. I doubt this comes as a surprise, but I never liked you. I only suffered you for your healing, but you couldn't even do that one thing right. Cruel though this may sound, you brought this upon yourself. Oh, and by way of some parting advice, get rid of Avir's head, bury it, cremate it, do whatever the hells you like with it, but for God's sake, stop carrying it around. It's just get rid of it, all right? I forgot about Ida. But wait, don't leave me alone, please. I'm so sorry, Avir. Please forgive me. Scenes like this have become all too common. That makes a dozen times in half as many days. Now you see why I'm grateful for adventures of your experience. I can send women like you on a mission without worrying that you might not return. Well, not so much at any rate. Speaking of missions, I would entrust you with another. About a bell ago, I received a message from my counterpart in Ulda. She seeks the service of a reliable adventurer, and you are nothing if not reliable. If you think you might be interested in the task, say the word and I will be glad to share the details with you. Yup. Alright. Level 24. Welcome to Karnak Canopy, blah blah. It's an honor to indeed receive visitors from afar. What are you doing? Mune has informed information and the task, so you're not averse to taking a little trip. Wonderful. As I mentioned earlier, the request comes from the Adventurers Guild in Ulda. Once you arrive, seek out Moody, the proprietress of the Quicksand. Think of her as a sultanate version of myself. Chances are she'll send you into the midst of danger, but I have every confidence that you will pull through unscathed. Now off you go, Kelindra, and good luck. Thank you. We're going to Ulda. We're going back home. Well, on this character. Purchased a ticket to Ulda. Alright, let's go to the Ruby Road Exchange. Yes, thank you. Welcome to the quicksand, friend. I'm a tad busy right now. If you wouldn't mind showing yourself to... Oh, it's you, Kaliandra. And there I was, pouting the same tired line. Mion sent words that you'd be reporting for duty. She also made a point of calling you the adventurer of the moment. That ain't no small praise coming from her. But you didn't come all the way here to listen to me, to my prattle. Doubtless you're eager to get started, so let's talk business, shall we? Momodi is waiting to brief you on your task. The petitioner ought to be arriving any moment now. Gods almighty, another second under that sun and I would have been set afire. A tankard of ale if you would be so kind. It's Papa Sean. Excellent timing, Papa Sean. It just so happened the adventure you'll be handling here who will be handling your petition is here, goddamn. Oh, why? If it isn't my good friend Kaliandra. It does my spirit well to know that you are the one who will be helping us. Mayhap you'd like to apprise Kaliandra of her mission. Yes, of course. The petition in question was submitted by an acquaintance of mine at Amagina and Son Mineral Concerns. It relates to an unfortunate development at Copperbell Mines. To be plain, giants have seized control of the place. These giants are of the clan known as the Ecantokieres. Fearsome creatures who were sealed within the deepest depths of the mine during the bygone Thorn dynasty. Alas, it seems they have managed to break through the layer of rocks which served to imprison them, and now prowl the tunnel where the miners plied their trade. The creatures are justifiably angry about their treatment at the hands of our ancestors, and their presence has forced us to the suspension of all mining activities on the site. It's no wonder they're angry. Didn't the Throne Dynasty come to an end over 300 years ago? You know your history well, milady. The people of that age used the Acontiquieres to work their mines. By way of enchanted helms, they were able to bind the ferocious creatures to their will. But as if off the way in such tales, these enchantments eventually failed and the slaves rose up against their masters. In a desperate bid to contain the unbridled fury of the our ancestors induced the collapse of the mine's lowermost levels, so it was that the great giant revolt was ended, buried beneath 100,000 tons of rock. Well, now that got me thinking. I seem to recall that there being an article about Copperbell in the Mithril Eye a fortnight or so ago. It said the mine were being reopened so as to meet the rising demand for building material. Like as not, our boys dug a bit too deep and freed the giants. Gods, to think the poor creatures are still alive and kicking after 3 centuries. That's a long time to nurse a grudge. They must be seething. Indeed, and that makes them a danger to us all. There will be no mining at Copperbell so long as they remain. For the sake of both peace and prosperity, they must be subdued. This is a task which we would have you undertake. I'll not deny that the mission will be rife with danger, but our need is great, and so I beg of you, put an end to this sorry business. Gods bless you. I feared you might have reservations, but I assure you it is for the best. In case you didn't know, Copperbell Mines are in Western Thailand. Do take care, you hear? Oh, and one last thing before you depart. An employee of Imagine Son is presently at the quicksand. The fellow's name is Painted Mesa, and he knows Copperbell Mine well. It may behoove you to seek his counsel. Alright. Looking for Painted Mesa, you found him. So you're the adventurer who's volunteered to deal with the mess down in Copperbell, are you? You've got guts, miss. I just hope you've got skills to go with them, cause things ain't pretty down there. The Ecatokieres left the place in the right state and nary a week after mining resumed. I don't know if you know this, but Copperbell was old when the second Ul dynasty was still young, and was abandoned centuries ago. If it hadn't been for the shortage of material needed for the rebuilding efforts, the concern would never have thought to reopen it. We knew full well about the giants beforehand, but the project went ahead anyway. I mean, nothing could possibly survive being buried under a mountain worth of rock for 3 centuries, right? Wrong! Our miners dug up more than they bargained for. One swing of the pickaxe too many, and they found themselves in the company of giants. Unless we can subdue them, the nation glorious recovery will grind to a halt for want of aught to build with. The stone torches keeping watch over the entrance in case the giants fancy some sunlight and fresh air. One of them will be able to show you the way in. The hopes of the nations resting on you, friend. Best of luck. That's some reading. We're gonna go to Horizon. To Horizon. Western Talala. Daltanalo. And Copperbell Mines is really close. And this one is completely changed. So, well, the boss encounters are completely changed. And some of the enemy placements have changed too. Some, you need like cannon powders in order to like open some doors. Some of the powders have been changed or completely erased from the game, so you don't need as many. So a lot of stuff have changed in Copperbell. If you've done it like from the older version, that's gonna be like a bit confusing at first because there are stuff that have changed. So of course, if you're a miner, you come here and you can mine copper. What a surprise. So copper ores are here. Okay, there's been an incident inside Copperbell Mines. We are here to ensure that its effects are contained, but for your own safety, I suggest you stay well away from here. What? You're the adventurer volunteered to quell the Ekatoko, whatever. I don't think that Papachon will be able to find someone so quickly, if at all. The giants are content to wreak havoc inside the mines for now. But it's only a matter of time before they think to come outside. The sooner you see them, the better. Make ready as best as you can and enter at will. This is the Copperbell Mine. Alright, so we're going in. Oh my god. Ugh. Sorry about that. Oh my god. Let's look at the gear before we go in, just to make sure everything is alright. Is there Mander? Is there Mander here? My gear is okay, but just for the fun of it. No. Alright. Alright, let's go in. The Copperbell Mine. Let's go into Copper Hell, my dudes. Copperbell Mines. New and revamped Copperbell Mines. Yeah, so this one is probably the most straightforward of the three, and it used to be the hardest one of the three because the mechanics were pretty steep, but now it's pretty easy all the way through. Like, especially if you've done the older version, this one is a joke compared to the other one. But yeah, the quest is called Into Copper Hell, and people used to call it Copper Hell Mine for a reason. That was, I think, the first time I wiped in the dungeon in 14 was in Copperbell Mine at some point during the first time I've done it. I think we wiped at the last boss, but that's very vague. It's been 10 years, so I don't really remember, but I think so. I think that was the first time you wiped into the dungeon with that. So there are side rooms here, but most of them are either mandatory for you to proceed or have nothing in them. So pretty much if you don't, if the game doesn't pretty much like directs you towards a room, there's a good chance there's nothing in it. So don't bother. There used to be three enemies here, 2 Spriggans and a Goblin. They took away one of the Spriggans for some reason. That was not like a hard pull. I don't know why they did that. There used to be enemies in this room, and there are none anymore. They completely took them out, and there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing in this room anymore. So there used to be enemies, and I don't think there was a chest, but there were enemies. But now they're completely gone. They completely took them out. Those are the giants that were prisoner of the mines here. These big guys. I don't know how they're still this big after 3 centuries of being like not locked in here and probably not eating that much. Because I mean, being big like this, you need a lot of food. I can't believe that they don't need that much food. It's insane. They're so big. That was my bad. I didn't position myself properly to get everything, so that was my bad. Fortunately, it didn't do anything bad. I was able to get them back, and the problem is that you can, if you just attack and you see that you've lost aggro, you have to go through a whole cycle of the GCD before you can do anything. So sometimes it can be an issue, especially in higher level dungeons when the fights are a bit more fast-paced. If you miss your GCD and like miss an enemy, it might mean death for whatever other person or NPC have the aggro on. There is a chest here on the other side of this wall. I think, is it here? Maybe I'm talking shit. Maybe I'm saying that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't remember exactly, but I think I'm wrong because I think we're getting to the first boss here, and it's after the first boss that we get. Yeah, because we need to go down. So now I'm talking shit. It's not true. There's no chest here. There is fire sand though. We need to blast the door. And this boss fight used to be such a mess. The boss fight at first used to be pretty much you and your group, and they would like send like an army of Spriggans at you for a set amount of time where you had to kill Spriggans over and over and over again until the boss finally like spawned and you would fight the boss. They took all of the Spriggans out, and you pretty much just fight the boss now. So this was the boss that you were waiting around for. Now it's only him, and no Spriggans anymore. That's my cue. When you get that on yourself, it means that it's gonna be a tank buster. Shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! On the right. Ah. Okay, I'm telling you right now, you're never gonna get that much time when an AOE pops in any kind of higher level dungeons. Like, I would have gotten hit 3 times already. Like, for sure. But those mechanics are new, so I'm still not super familiar. I think I've done it twice with the new mechanics. But it's all good. Come on, big boy. That's not stunnable, alright. Okay. Reprisal. Reprisal, like, lowers the damage of the enemy by 10%, but that's why I use it in tank busters when I don't have my rampart up. Tiny key. Chest. Already stuff we already have. And behind that door is where there's a chest. Another chest. Here it is. And it's still stuff I already have. That's a bit disappointing when you get stuff you already have, but I mean, it is what it is. It's RNG, so. But yeah, it can be a bit annoying. Alright, here we go. Okay, so here we need to go in the side rooms. Because with the powder, it's gonna drop from the bombs. And we need powder in order to open the door. They pretty much send you to the side rooms. That's why I don't consider them that side rooms that much. Because yes, they are, but the game kind of sends you there. You have no choice to go there, so they're not really side rooms at that point. Because in my opinion, side rooms are rooms that you can totally avoid, and without it doing anything for you, like hindering your progress through the dungeons. So they're not really side rooms because the game kind of forces you to go to them, but they're still quote-unquote side rooms because they're not on the main path. And we got a chest here. Sand. Q, we're gonna get the chest. Again, stuff I already have. Oh, do I have the full set? I have the gloves, I have the chest, I have the pants, I don't have the boots. I have everything but the boots. Alright. So let's put thing in. blast that door. Boom. Okay, and now we're getting to the second boss fight. That boss fight used to be such a mess. You had to trigger a bomb, get that blubbery thing, to get the bomb to explode on that blubbery thing, that would separate in like many parts. Like at first it was 2, then 4, then 6, until you had like I think 8 small little gooey things like that, and then you could kill it. And there were Spriggans attacking the bomb, so you had to kill the Spriggans in order for them to not kill the bomb. That was a freaking mess. Now it's all gone. You just pretty much kick the shit out of that thing, and this is it. It has some small mechanics here and there, but it's nothing. It's nothing too insane. It pretty much just spits bullshit at you, and that's it. So this is very simplified. That's pretty much the gist of the mechanics. It splits, but only to explode and then it comes back. Like in one piece, and that's it. That's the whole thing. That's way easier. Because I remember like people getting so confused, because when you would hit the boss and it was big like that, it wouldn't take damage, like it would take very, very little damage. So people were like, what the heck am I supposed to do here? And then like people like, so someone that knew the mechanic would like spawn the bomb, and then people would kill the bomb. It was like, don't attack the bomb, and like you had to repeat every time, don't attack the bomb please, we need the bomb. And then the people wouldn't kill the Spriggans, and oh my god, it was such a mess. Bestie, it was such a mess. What are you doing? And you pretty much just check where that shit sends his blubbery thing. It's pretty easy to know where to go in order to not get hit. He pretty much sends them all in the same vicinity, so it's pretty easy to know where to go to not get hit. Doesn't mean that if you have trouble, you're bad or whatever. It happens. Everybody has trouble with different stuff, and there's some people just find some mechanics easier than others, and it's perfectly okay. Acolyte skirt. Alright, so we put in here. We're almost done. We're almost done. Blast the door. Gonna get blasted. There you go. I killed him. You don't have to kill that pack, by the way. I just killed them by a habit, but you can 100% pass them and not touch them. I'm just used to killing them, so it's kind of a reflex. Whenever I come in, I pull this mob, but you really don't need to. So there's a chest here, so I'm gonna go pick up this one just because it's along there, and I pulled too much, but I shouldn't be fine. I pulled too much though. I really pulled too much for these little NPCs. Should be fine though. Double pulling is dangerous with the NPCs because they have a hard time. I mean, I can't believe when one of the higher level dungeons, like I didn't know the packs that much, so I double pulled and I was like, we're so dead. And somehow the NPC managed to keep me alive, but I was always on the verge of dying. And I was on my Paladin. Paladin are so sturdy and have so much mitigation at high level. I was popping everything I could to stay alive. And fine, it worked, but god dang. I got the sword and shield again. Okay. Didn't surprise me, I knew you were there. I knew you were there, friendo. So if I get the boots, I might put on the dungeon set because it's pretty much the same stats, and it's a bit more. I mean, this one is looking good, but if I can have the whole dungeon set, it's a bit more adventure-y. Because as long as I'm not a paladin, I'm more like a gladiator. So I'm very about aesthetic. You'll get to know that about me. I'm a lot about aesthetic, and right now I'm not a paladin, so I shouldn't be wearing a paladin set. You know, like a guard set. I'm a gladiator. I should be more of a leisure wearer than like an armor with like a purpose, if it makes sense. Slaves no more. Free, free. This fight used to be hard because there used to be like at some point the boss used to go in the walls and just get ads out, and these ads were gonna go and get more ads, and if you didn't kill the boss and like fast enough, you would get like swarmed super fast. Now he doesn't do that anymore. It's pretty much you and him like in the 4v1, and that's it. And he has mechanics, but he doesn't go in the wall and get ads anymore. You're this fast, huh? Alright. You're this hungry to kick my butt. My butt. My Rogadine butt. And they all don't attack during mechanics. Like they don't even the like the range, they don't attack when they do mechanics like the NPCs. Like a normal player, Lancer would have thrown his lance, and like a black mage would have probably like thrown a couple ice or fire or whatever, but no, they don't. They don't do that. There you go. Boom! Level 25! And we're done with the 3 tutorial dungeons in Final 14. That was fun. I love these dungeons. They are fun to run, in my opinion. I know a lot of people don't like them, but I like them. I think they're fun. So I got the Sabaton, so I can wear this, and I can wear this, and this, and this. Like, this is the dungeon set if I put the helmet on. This is the dungeon set you get from the 3 dungeons in the Realm Reborn. I'm not gonna put the helmet on, but that's like a remnant from 1.0. That was the set you'd get in 1.0 when you do this dungeon, so that's pretty sweet. I got an Orchestron, which is if you have a jukebox in your apartment or your house, you can listen to music. I don't, and I won't. I might get an apartment at some point just to stack some stuff in, but that's pretty much it. Alright, my friends. So this is where I'm going to end the stream for tonight. Once we go back in town, we're gonna have a an instance battle before we before the quest is done, but I'm not gonna do that tonight. I'll wait for next time, which is gonna be Friday. Not Friday, I mean Thursday. Tomorrow we're playing Dinkum. If everything goes as planned, we're gonna play Dinkum with my friend Mistyvel Gaming, and that should be interesting. But for now, it is what it is. I hope you guys are gonna have a great rest of your day, night, wherever you are. I have been Lemmy. You have been amazing as always, and may you ever walk in the light of the crystal. Cheers.